Is it time yet? Is it 7 o'clock yet? Bam, 7 o'clock. All right, let's do this. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Order 42 Show. I am Rob. And this is the show. This is the live show. Arigato. Carbonite's here. That Crazy Greek is here. Star Fox Ricky is here. And Phil is here. I hope you're still here, Phil. I've got things to show. I've got things to show. How's everybody doing? It's been a week. It's been a week of some frustration, and Bucho is here too. Pfft. Whoa! Welcome, Bucho. Good to see you. And yes, Nightbot is here. I mean, kind of pulling the strings, making sure everything runs okay. Cryptic is here. Come on. Beware of crazy Greeks bearing gifts. I know, right? And Cosma is here. Octavius, welcome. Good to see all of you here. I hope you guys had a good week. Like I said, I had a Nightbot. Thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's been a crazy week. It's been an insane week with a little bit of frustration. So let's just talk about it. You know what? Let's get it out of the way. Let's just get it out of the way. In fact, first, I need to clear my throat. Okay. We're good to go. Doing great, just watching some dude restore a vintage flame lantern. Never get tired of restoration videos. Restoration videos can be fun. You can lose yourself in those. For sure. For sure. Oh, look, let's not have me fighting here, okay? This is a chill place. You know, we're just chilling out, having a good time, chatting about the things we love. Some things we hate, but most of the things we love, you know? Fun stuff, you know? Echo Bass is here. Welcome, Echo Bass. Welcome. So I do have some news about, and you know what? That's just too small. Can I make that bigger? Yes, I can. So yeah, look, I don't think it's any secret. We've been putting this movie out there on the film festival circuit. Some different film festivals we've submitted to. We got selected for the Boston Independent Film Awards, which was very cool. Very cool. And the one that we were really kind of looking forward to was the next one coming up was Kevin Smith's Smodcastle Film Festival, the first annual Smodcastle Film Festival. Unfortunately, we didn't get picked. We didn't get selected. I'm not sure why. They said that they got tons of submissions. I don't even know if Kevin Smith actually watched it. I don't know. I don't know. Look, the thing is, Kevin Smith is a busy guy. I don't know about you guys. Hey, 22 meters. Welcome, 22 meters. Haven't seen you here. Good to see you. You're working, Bucha? Okay, no big deal. And I don't know if it's rigged. Okay? Is it really a good time without Patricia? I mean, you know, you say it 3 times. She's like Beetlejuice. You know, she may show up. A downfall of Cryptoland video. A movie watching crypto idiots pay for their crimes. Interesting. But yeah, so we didn't get picked. There's a lot of reasons why I think that this may be a thing. Okay? And I've been thinking about it. At first, I will admit, I was sad. I was sad that we didn't get selected. Then I got irritated thinking about it. I'm like, what movie could possibly have the You know, seriously, what beat us? But then I started really thinking about it. I'm like, first of all, there's a good chance that Kevin Smith didn't even get to watch the movie. He's been so busy with all the Clerks 3 promotion, with all the other things he does. I mean, he does a lot of stuff. There's a good chance that he didn't even get to see the movie. There's also a good chance that people only watched a few minutes of it. Didn't get to watch the whole thing. There's a good chance that some people watched it and was like, they were turned off by the, oh, this is like a goofy, comedy. This is not what we're looking for. I don't know. I mean, Ricky, Star Fox, that could be it too. That could, I mean, seriously, look, I'm not trying to be one of those people, but there's a good chance that people watched it and said, this isn't what we want to promote. This isn't something we want to have anything to do with. And that's a thing. And it's, I don't agree with it. I think that our movie has heart, and yeah. But look, the fact is, it didn't get selected. There's a part of me that wants to say, Mr. Kevin Smith, Mr. Silent Bob, Mr. Bob, give our movie a shot. Give our movie a shot. Give it a watch. I think that there's enough in that movie that, especially for a first-time filmmaker, you look at that movie and you say, this is pretty good. This is a pretty good movie for a first-time filmmaker. So it's one of those things. And look, this doesn't take away the fact that we are super proud of the movie. I think the people that have watched the movie have really enjoyed it. That's really what it comes down to, right? I mean, that's all I honestly, at the end of the day, that's what matters, is that people enjoy watching the movie, and it's a crowd pleaser. If you think about Tom Cruise movies. How many Tom Cruise movies have ever won awards? Not many. And they're crowd pleaser, fun movies. So it's just one of those things. 22 meters. I saw one of your reviews blew up. You're not kidding. I mean, seriously, that RRR video, along with Billy's shout out at the end of the last Game Chasers video, it pushed me over the edge. And now, for whatever reason, I'm a YouTube partner now. Because that happened in the last week. I mean, that's something to be proud of. And it's something that you guys, it's because of you guys watching these videos and getting enough, keeping my my spirits up enough to where things just happened. So I really, really appreciate it. It's a crazy thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm almost up to 1,100. It's nuts. It's just nuts. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased. But at the end of the day, I'm partnered and monetized and all that, and I think I've made something like $2 so far. $2. Not bad for 2.5 years worth of videos. Look, it's not about the money. For me, it's never been about the money. The Order 42 show over on Twitch never made that much money. In 2 years, didn't make that much money. Over here, I haven't made barely anything. It's not about that. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. I put on a show that I'm proud of. That's all that matters to me. It really is. And I know, that's crazy to say, but it's the truth, Oh, plus I got that HBO review money. That's right. In fact, I made so much money off of my my shill review of House of the Dragon that I'm willing to share a portion of that with everyone here. Every one of you. In fact, every one of my subscribers gets, 10%. 10% of zero is I don't get. That's one of the other things that was kind of frustrating, is this guy basically calling me a shill for liking House of the Dragon. Look, if you liked House of the Dragon, great. If you didn't, great. it's not mine. 50% for you, that crazy Greek. Good. Good. No notification from YouTube. Interesting, Ted. Welcome, Ted. And Wolfellow is here. Gosh, there's yeah, some faces I hadn't seen in a while here. It's good to see you guys. But yeah, it's not, for me, it wasn't, I didn't do it for money. I never thought that there was even a chance that I would get partnered on YouTube. If so, it would take years. Billy, of course, pushed me over the edge. And Jay, I mean, going over to, it's weird. I keep going over to Jay's streams, and then somebody's like, hey, for every sub, I'll donate money to Jay. And I'm like, guys, I mean, yeah, it's fun and all that stuff, but I don't come in here for promotion. I come here to just chill, you know? And Leon is here. Leon, it's coming up, buddy. It's coming up. A shill for the Game Chasers movie, not HBO. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I say your YouTube streams have more viewers than Twitch. 22 meters. That's exactly why I'm here. I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it 2 months. Let's see what happens over here. And yeah, let's see what happens. And I've had better viewership over here. So I figured, why not? Why not just stay here? Exactly. If anyone is attending Kevin's tour for Clerks 3 and meeting him, mention it. Probably won't help, but you never know. Look, I think it's a done deal. They've picked their things, and like I said, I don't even know how involved Kevin Smith is with the selection process, you know? But I really think that if Kevin watched it, I think he'd probably find enough that he'd go, you know, this is a fun movie. This is fun, and it's got heart. It's something that he loves. So, yeah. You've got Twitch but never use it? Exactly. Exactly, right? I mean, it's for the, and I hate to say this, but I think once you get to a certain age, YouTube is definitely the thing. And look, I don't play to, you know, the younger crowd for the most part. I saw Caleb in here earlier too. Welcome, Caleb. Dead Island 2 got a release date. Yep, I saw that. In fact, I have to say, I think I'm going to not watch Gamescom stuff. Those live, they annoy me so bad because not only are you showing games that, to be perfectly honest, don't really appeal to me, the other part of it is you're not showing gameplay for most of it. It's mostly just movie trailers. And that's not gonna do it for me. So, yeah. It also might not be right for that festival. Exactly, Phil. Exactly. And that's what I have to understand. I have to understand that there's going to be movies that fit better at a film festival type thing. The fact that people have, I mean, if you read some of the tweets that, especially like Billy's official Adventures in Game Chasing Twitter, some of the responses are like, man, that's exactly what I want. You know, I want people that they watch it and they go, you know what? It hit me hard. It hit me here. And that's what I wanted. I wanted people to be moved by it. Not just, I wanted them to be entertained, but I wanted them to, you know, at the end of it go, wow, that was really good. That was really good. And that's what I wanted. You're still waiting for one of your videos to blow up? I mean, 22 meters, I didn't expect. That's the thing. It's really about consistency. And it's almost like, for me, it was not that I was just throwing crap at the wall and waiting for it to stick. It was more like just reviewing a ton of different things, you know? And then my fan edit reviews, for me, those were doing really, really well. I mean, that one was my #1 video for a long time, was one of my fan edit reviews. So you just never know. But again, do what makes you happy, because look, I haven't gotten, it's not like guaranteed to make crap stick, more fiber in your diet. I mean, Leon, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Carbonite, never watch Twitch anymore. See, that's what's weird is like, for the most part, when it comes to live streams, I really enjoy Twitch's layout. I enjoy the way, from a viewing standpoint, I enjoy the way that everything works over there just a bit better. I like the way that their chat is overlaid. I like the way, I don't know. It's just the thing. But the fact is, more people have a YouTube account than they have a Twitch account. So that's a thing too. But yeah, so yeah, look, the fact is, this week has been all over the place. Again, got partnered with Twitch, or with YouTube. Well, I'm affiliated with Twitch, but I'm partnered with YouTube, which is amazing. And I have all of you to thank for that. And the myriad of people that just clicked the subscribe button because Billy told them to. I mean, that's pretty awesome, you know, and I just hope that, you know, people stick around. And if they don't, they don't. Look, I guess, you know, my style of videos or whatever may not be for everybody. And just because you're sub doesn't mean you have to watch every video. But I'm really, really happy that people have stuck around as long as they have, you know, and hanging out's fun. So I love these live shows. You're working on another video, so maybe that will go viral. I mean, that's the thing, you know, you can't, it's almost like you have to almost, and this is easier said than done. Trust me. You have to realize that the chances of something hitting is small. Very small. I just happened to put a video out that was in the right place at the right time. And then for whatever reason, a whole country that I wasn't even prepared for got behind the video and made it go nuts. I mean, that thing's at over 38,000 views for a 5.5 minute video. I didn't plan that. There was no planning whatsoever. All I'm trying to do is put out a video that I'm proud of, and that, you know, whether it's a review or whatever. I'm planning one that's kind of like almost like an editorial. And I don't know if I don't know. I might not have the guts to do that. So, I don't know. Rob, you're a chill dude. I like the hangouts. Plus, we have similar interests, so it all works. Hey, that's all that's all you can ask for. You know, like-minded people just hanging out, chilling out, and sometimes we'll disagree, and that's okay. That's the beautiful thing about the way life works. People can disagree and still be friends and still go, you know what? I don't agree. I think Dune's a great movie. Leon hates it, but we respect each other. We like each other. It's fun. It's good. So, anyway, the fact is, look, being partnered was awesome. Then turned around and got not selected by Kevin Smith, which is a bummer. And then I put out my House of the Dragon review, and somebody accused me of being a shill. And we had like a little bit of a discussion there. And, you know, it started to irritate me. So I just basically shut it down. And I said, look, man, I don't know what your end game is here, but I don't think we're not gonna convince each other one way or another. So all we're doing is basically yelling, and that's not what I'm about. So let's just agree to disagree and move on. And he said, yeah, cool. Pretty sure I mean, look, I could be mistaken. He might have been a subscriber and said, you know what? I have to speak up. But hey, all I can say on haters in regards to House of the Dragon is F them. Well, you know what? Look, the thing is, you can have a difference of opinion. No problem. It's the way that guy came across. You know, he starts off by calling me a shill, which means to me, oh my God, I was paid for this. Or I'm somehow not able to give an opinion without using my own brain. And that's what really got to me. It's like, you know, you can call me a bunch of names, but when you call me an idiot, or you call me like, look, I do these reviews, and I like, at least from my point of view, if I know that someone is shilling something, it takes away all of their what do you call it? I was going to say accountability, but it's almost like you can't believe them anymore. I'm sure there's a word for it. But it's like, dude, I'm not going to lie. You know, and these Indian movies that I've been doing, I could totally play into that. You know? And just say, yeah, I'm going to Star Fox, I see that. I'm curious why it's not coming through. That should... Oh, there it is. And why didn't it pick my GIF? Apparently I didn't save it. But thank you, Star Fox. Thank you for that. And yeah, see that right there? That's part of being partnered. I get super chats. I never thought I'd get super chats, to be honest. I really didn't. So thank you, Star Fox. I appreciate that. I wonder why it didn't read it. That stupid thing. Where is it? Super chat alerts enabled. Okay, it saved that. Enabled, include I don't know why that didn't work. Oh well. It's not a big deal. How dare you have an opinion that isn't the same as my opinion? I have not watched House of the Dragon, but if I hate it, I won't call you names. Just do the human thing and respect your opinion. Look, that's and Squiggles is here. Welcome, Squiggles. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's when you start off a debate. If you want to have a debate with somebody, you don't start off by, look, idiot. You know, it kind of makes me think, okay, well, you don't want to have an honest debate. You just want to insult me. In which case, you could just stop there and just say you're an idiot, and then I can ignore it. There you go. Yeah, I can do super chats now, which is ridiculous. Like I said, I didn't even know that was a thing. So, loved your review of House of the Dragon, even though I don't even care or watch Game of Thrones. Great videos recently. Thank you, Squiggles. I appreciate that. I'm trying to just be as honest as possible. And the other thing is, I'm doing a lot more prep, which might sound weird, but I started doing like, originally I was doing like, what do you call it? Outlines, I guess, saying, okay, here's all the points that I want to make. Now what I'm doing is I'm actually writing like a script almost. And because it's me writing it, I know how I talk, so I can do the script, kind of look at it and go, yeah, that's how that goes, and then just do it. And it takes me longer to record the videos, but I think they come out better. So there you go. Do you have the echo like Billy has never sorted out? Oh, thank you, Star Fox. Appreciate it. Another $1. Thank you. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Because the freaking whatever reason the it's not reading any of the message, but that's all right. Maybe it associated the FM as an inappropriate word. I mean, look, I have very little, what do you call it? Experience with Streamlabs, to be perfectly honest with you. Just don't know. So it's possible that I just have it turned off. I don't know. Pretty soon you'll blow up with 1 million subs and only read super chats. Well, I hope not. I mean, that would be nice if I was just super chatted away, but I don't know. I can't imagine that. And I didn't do it for that. If that makes sense. You know, the whole reason for me coming over here was to say, hey, let's do a live show where we can do the exact same thing we were doing on Twitch, but we hopefully maybe get a few more people in here. And that's what we got. And it's awesome. That's all I care about, you know? So I can tell your appreciation for movies and shows, and I value opinions on those things more from channels like yours. Lots of times the videos make me want to check out whatever it is. Well, Squiggles, look, they call it influencer, right? I don't agree with that, but at the same time, I get it. I get that there are going to be times when you haven't seen the thing that I'm talking about. And my whole thing is that I want to share what I'm passionate about. And hopefully you check it out. And if you don't, no big deal, but hopefully you check it out. And that's why I try to not do a bunch of spoiler stuff, because the way that I watch reviews is I want to hear what you thought of the show, but I don't need to hear the whole story. I want to experience the story for myself. So a lot of people will say, well, I don't watch reviews for things I haven't seen. Totally understand. But my thing is, I already have my view of a movie or a TV show when I watch a review. So even though I haven't seen it, I know what I'm expecting. I just want it to be good. If it's good, yeah, I'll check it out. If it's not, I might skip it. Thank you, Phil. So yeah, Squiggles and Phil. Awesome. Little dino jumping up and down off the chair. I mean, I guess. Yeah. If I do this, maybe on my head. He has the Dumb and Dumber video that comes up, and for some reason it double plays and echoes. It's been like, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, and I don't know what it is. He's probably just got one of the sources turned on that needs to be muted. And he's got them doubled up for some reason. I don't know how he has his stream stuff set up, but it's cool to see random people check out shows and movies, but when it's someone who really loves the art form and studies it to a degree, it makes it more fulfilling to watch and value. Seriously, that's I appreciate that. Because look, the thing is, I've been a movie fan ever since that probe droid coming out of the probe droids coming out of the Star Destroyer, Empire Strikes Back, and I do study it to a certain degree, and I've read insane amount of books on the making of movies, and I've watched tons and tons of documentaries on the making of movies because I love it. I love the art form. I love the industry. The industry fascinates me. The way, and it's such a weird thing because you've got people that have the money, the studios, that are not creative at all, paying creative people to make a thing. And it's interesting how sometimes the studio has a lot of pull and the creatives don't. So you find this really homogenized Frankenstein of a movie sometimes. But then sometimes the studio goes, you know what, we hired this guy for a reason. Let's trust him and let the creatives do what they do best. Let's just let them go and do it. And those are the ones that are really, really interesting. So there's this constant battle of creatives trying to do something that's new and refreshing and everything. And the studio's going, we got to just do what's safe here. Let's green light another sequel. That fascinates me. I don't know, it just always has. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love that stuff. And I know everybody else is kind of like, it's not, maybe not their thing, but I do tend to at least sprinkle it in here to go, look, this is how it's actually working, And that's what my little vlog thing that I'm kind of planning is about. I don't know. I might go ahead and do it. I might just do it. I don't know. That Crazy Greek says back, and YouTube should pay Rob $500 a month. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't say no. But hey, I checked my analytics today and around 97% not subscribed. 22 meters. Here's the thing. You think my RRR video blew up because people that were subscribed were watching it over and over and over? No, it's because it got out to a bunch of people that never knew who I was. So that's not necessarily a bad number. Now, what you want to try to do is let people know, hey, subscribe, if you want more and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes maybe try it in the middle of the video and at the beginning of a video and at the end. I'm still not good at that. I don't like saying it because here's the thing. If I have to convince you to subscribe, I'm not going to be there to convince you to watch my next video. I want you to subscribe because you want to watch my stuff. and you want to hang out on the live shows or whatever. I don't need people. I don't need just blank subscribers. I know that sounds weird, but I don't care. I'd rather have people that are here because they like the content, they like the live shows or whatever. You know? So don't worry about that too much. Worry about just seeing if you can get people to watch them enough to where they go, you know what, I'm going to hit subscribe on this. It's one of those things where like, if this guy says it's good, pretty good chances I'll like it and should check it out. See, that's the thing. See, over time, you know, I'll watch a certain reviewer for any amount of time and I get an idea of what they like. And at that point, when a new movie comes out and they say, yeah, this was really good, I really liked it. Well, I've liked a lot of other movies in that same genre from this guy. So now I'm like, okay, I'll go check it out. So Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns, John Campea, Robert Meyer Burnett, Christian Harloff. These are some big boys in the movie, you know, in the movie scape, right? And if I like what they like, then I have a pretty good chance that I'm going to like what they say is good. So that's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to put enough out there that people can go, yeah, this guy's pretty good. And he knows what he's talking about. Or, man, this guy doesn't know anything about what he's talking about. You know, I just try to do my thing. And if people like it, cool. I agree with Rob on the word influencer. I see Rob as someone similar to me who likes shows and Blu-rays, etc., and chatting about what we like. We all have drinks like so like a private bar. Exactly. And that's, look, I've made a movie too. Yeah. I mean, I'm not exactly, I don't know everything. I will completely tell you yes, but I know what I like in a show or a movie. And if the story works for me, then there you go. But see, then you might say, well, then Rob, why would you like a movie like Inception? The characters aren't 100%. The story is pretty bare bones, but it was the style of it. It was the packaging of that movie. The way that movie was presented was so good that it put it over the top for me, even though I found the characters and the story a little bit lacking. The story was so convoluted. The first time I watched it, I'm like, I don't even know what I watched, but I know I liked it a lot. And there you go. So there's certain movies like that just don't fit the usual thing that I like. But Phil and Squiggles sounds like a morning show. It kind of does. I love movies and shows, but I don't watch as much as I should. So when I watch a quick video suggesting something, it pushes me a little more towards sitting down and watching finally. Yeah. And that's good. That's awesome. I mean, I just hope I don't steer anybody wrong, you know? And like, I bring up Dune. Dune's a great example. A lot of people don't like Dune. And that's fine. I guarantee you my own wife won't like it. She hasn't watched it yet, but I can almost guarantee you that she will be bored out of her mind. But for me, it's a great example of the world building, the sound design, the acting. I thought the acting was great. There's going to be people that disagree with me. And that's fine. That's fine. But it worked for me. Vermilion is better than Dune. I disagree. Cody Leach. I've never heard of Cody Leach. And nobody does actually subscribe. Well, I'm subscribed 22 meters. So, there you go. For years, it was just me and Cosma, Octavius, harassing Rob to get something like this going because we knew there'd be other goons like us there who dig how Rob rolls. Bucho, I mean, you're not wrong. Those guys were... I mean, look, the old guys from the Switched On crew, man, they really have supported me a lot up to this point, and it is already freaking hot in here. Let's wow. Let me see if I can turn down the AC a little bit, because holy crap. There we go. Wow. I like some reactors also. I'm not a Goonie, I want to go home cryptic. Brandon likes movies as a guy who loves film and is very vigilante on things that I miss. He's pointed out a lot to my favorite shows of all time I never thought of. Yeah, see, and that's another thing. I don't typically do the reaction type videos or even like a super detailed breakdown of every video, because I feel like there's people that do that better than me. And I'll tell you this, I'm probably one of the most annoying people to watch a movie with or a trailer with, because I just sit there and I could just kind of take it in, and I'm completely drawn in and sucked in. And I try to let the trailer or the movie work for me, which is why, people have requested me to do reaction videos for trailers. And I'm like, I just don't think I'd be good at it because I don't emote. I can talk about it afterward and say what I liked and didn't like. But man, I get so sucked in, it'd be boring to watch, and I see these guys going, oh my God, and all this stuff. And I'm like, that's not me. But Brandon Tenold, Bucho J sent me here and said Rob was a decent guy and stayed. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate that. And no, I have not heard of Brandon Tenold. No. And see, Christians say couldn't watch Dune. Couldn't watch it. See, and that's fine. Cody Leach does a lot of horror reviews, but has also done stuff for Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Dexter, other franchises. He's ranked. He's a cool dude. All right. My wife hates Dune with a passion. Her words were, I hate this movie. I want to stab myself in my eyes. Yeah. And yeah, a new Dune game came out or got announced today. A multiplayer, online, blah, blah, blah. That's not for me. I don't like those kinds of games. I actually have a topic. Let's hope we get to it. But it's toward the end of my list because there's things I want to get to. But there's something that I want to see what people say. But yeah, hopefully we get to that. Yeah. Sub to Cody Leach, I think. He does the horror movies. See, and horror movies, for the most part, don't like them. Because they're all the same to me. They just don't work for me. It's the ones that aren't like the, I hate that. And the jump scares, screw that. They don't make me jump, number one. And number two, it just annoys. Just get on with the story. Get on with the story. They've got to be story-based. Which is why I really like the Conjuring movies. And I love the first Nightmare on Elm Street. It's a great movie. The rest of them just become either goofy or funny or what. I just don't like them. I like story-based stuff. And that's just me. But hey, everybody likes different things. Maybe more people will watch my vids if I use the mic more. 22 meters. The thing is, I think a lot of people will start off watching somebody and just to see, because you're good, man. You did some crazy stuff on your videos. But it takes time to really get used to talking on the mic. Because you think that you have to be a certain way, and it gets to a point where you just say, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to be myself, And it's really, to me, it's more about entertaining yourself in a way. The way I look at it is I like people that shoot straight. Meaning honest, not literally game shoot. You know what I mean? But as long as people are, they act like with honesty, even if it's something I don't agree with, at least they're honest about it, then I can watch their videos or watch their streams or whatever. Like my brother tried streaming for a while and he just couldn't get the hang of talking on the mic. He would talk to his, like if he was playing a multiplayer game, he would talk to his team, but he wouldn't talk to chat very much. And I think talking to chat and involving chat in what you're doing is tough to do when you're playing a game. And look, I'm not good at it. That's why I don't play games on stream. Number one, I don't play games very much anyway. I'm not like a great, game player or anything. But it's easier when I was playing a game that I already knew. You know, that's why I stream Breath of the Wild so much, because I knew that game so well. But man, when I'm playing a new game, I get so sucked in because the game is demanding my attention that I can't talk at the same time. I just can't do it. So give it some time, man, and just try it. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. So there you go. Love is Better Call Saul videos. Breaking Bad is both our favorite shows of all time. That might be mine too. So it's cool to hear him point out stuff I missed in his opinions. Yeah. I mean, sounds like I might check him out. I played that game for hours. Pretty sure I finished it based off the Lynch film. Oh, you're talking about the old Dune? Yes. I'm not sure what orgy has to do with anything. I know, a Killer Clowns in Outer Space game. I've never seen the movie. It's one of Billy's favorites. I've never seen it. See, that's another that's like a subgenre of horror that I've never really been that big of a fan of. It just looks, I think it's the cheesiness of it takes me out of it, and it doesn't work for me on a movie level for me. I can't just enjoy it. So sorry if I don't type much tonight. Work is very busy, but I'm listening. Caleb, do your thing, man. Do the thing. That's what we say here, right? Do the thing. Do whatever you need to do. It's all right. I'm just glad you're here. It's really what it's all about. An alien game done like the Friday the 13th game would be cool. Like you're playing a Space Marine or the alien. That could be cool. Jeremy Childress. Jeremy, good to see you, sir. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I can only really talk to chat if people talk to me first. Yeah, see, that's one thing. I got you know what I did for years? Ask Bucho and Octavius. For years, I was doing an in the car. I just called it Rob's mini talk, and I would just talk on the way home, on the way to work sometimes, and I would just put them out. I didn't care if anybody listened to them. I just did it because I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed doing it, and they enjoyed it, which is crazy. But some of those were funny. I listened back to them and I'm like, dude, I'm such an idiot. It's so funny. And thanks, Ted. Thanks. Thank you for that. I can't stream games because of school soon. Hey, you do whatever works for you, man. And that's the thing. If you make content that you like, there's a good chance that other people will like that too. So as long as you're proud of it, that's really all you can do. Because you're never going to be able to please everybody. Ever. That's why, like, on certain things with the movie, when we were talking about certain scenes or certain, oh, we should do it this way, we should have this thing. It was kind of like, just let's do what we like. Because otherwise, what are we doing it for? Not only do we have fun doing it, but just seeing people have fun is fun, you know? And that's why I think a lot of the reason why that movie works is because we were just trying to make ourselves laugh. And that's good, man. You talk to Leon when he plays games. Yeah, in Greek, Leon. That's the thing, man. Leon has been streaming over on Twitch. By the way, I'll just throw this out here. Nightbot, help me out. Please. Help me out. Come on. There you go. There you go. You should go follow Leon. Leon's a lot of fun. And he's pretty damn good at the old Halo. But see, a lot of times it's in the morning, and in the morning it takes me like 2 hours to wake up. I'm terrible. So, yeah. But yeah, you should go check out Leon. Yeah. It would be fun. You don't have to do the radio voice. I prefer it when you're just yourself. That's right. Remember when that worked? Oh yeah, I don't have, and that's, I think that'll come with time. I think eventually I'll start getting like emotes and stuff that I can use in chat, which will be fun, you know? That'll be fun. I do sometimes miss hearing Rob rage against that DFW traffic. I don't. I don't have that anymore. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, man, I think that's part of the reason why a lot of my wounds wouldn't heal. Is because I was constantly just being like, "Argh." So it's nice. It's nice to not have that anymore. Leon has witnessed it, definitely. And yeah, I do. Yeah, great conversation and rants. Usually conversations with myself, which was probably kind of scary. If somebody was actually like like a like a psychologist would listen to it and go, "This guy's got issues, man." But yeah, Monster Hunter takes focus. See that, and that's the thing. So many of the games that I like playing, I get so sucked into it that I forget to talk. So yeah, but yeah. All right, so I want to talk about some pickups that I got. Phil's probably like, dude, just freaking do the pickups. All right, man. So we all know, hopefully you know by now, that this is what I'm looking for. If you look at those books, I want that yellow Hobbit. And what it is, if you haven't seen this before, this is a school and or library version of these books. I mean, to have the whole set would be amazing, okay? But I really want that yellow one. And why do I want that yellow one? It's a nostalgia thing, and that's it. Okay? You guys have, a lot of you guys are big into games, right? You have your games that you look at now and you probably go, you know what? That didn't age well. But I'm still nostalgic for it and I still love it. That version of The Hobbit, okay? It's a paperback. It's like this, right? It's a paperback, but it's a hardback. This is how I read The Hobbit the first time, was that yellow book right there. Okay? So I've been looking for this thing. Okay? Just keep that in mind. So I think last week I showed you that the first one that came in is a hardback. It's a paperback size, but it's the wrong cover. And I was like, dang it! This is brand new. This has never been read. I mean, it's crispy. I might actually keep this one because it's so crispy and nice. Okay? I got another one though, and it said the same year as, let me show you this. The reason that I bought these is because they all said the same thing. Ballantine Books 1981 Turtleback. Okay? And it looks like, if you go over to tolkienbooks.us, which is a great site if you're looking for a specific version of a Tolkien book, every single one is represented here. And if you look, 1981, there it is. See it? It's blinking. That yellow version. It almost looks orange there, but that's yellow. Okay? Now, if you click on that, which I have, there you go. You can see down here, or is it even on here? It doesn't show it. But anyway, between 81 and 83 is what I'm looking for, okay? That's what I'm looking for. And if you look down below, you see these. You see the Fellowship, Two Towers, Return of the King, and they came in one of these boxes. So this is what I was looking for. Was just this. Okay? Oh, Patricia's here. Oh, God. These books are satanic. The Lord of the Rings is not satanic, Patricia. I'm just telling you. Okay? We're cool here. But welcome, Patricia. It's good to see you. Good to see you. So I saw another version of The Hobbit, Ballantine 1981. Excited. This is the one I got that's brand new. This is the one that I got in the mail. The same one. I mean, like the same everything, except there's some kid's name in it. I was like, dang it. But I also bought the versions of the Lord of the Rings because it had the same date. I'm thinking, this is what I got. At least, I mean, look, at least these are the turtlebacks. And it even says on the back, turtleback books bound for schools and libraries. Look, this is not bad, but it's not what I want. It's not what I want. And that, in fact, all three of those, Fellowship, Two Towers, Return of the King, so pretty good covers. I don't typically like the movie-related versions of a book, but those are pretty sweet because they're just not, they're not like blatant, you know, Aragorn on the front or whatever. So I was like, all right, let's wait for this Two Towers. Two Towers came in. It's not even a it's a paperback. Now it's a bigger style. It's kind of like a trade paperback. I think that's what they call these. But this isn't even an American. This isn't even an American one. You can see on the back, Tolkien.co.uk. This is from HarperCollins, which is the British version. Now look, I wouldn't mind having a full set of these, but it's not what I wanted. It's not what I got. It's not what I bought. I'm like, damn it. Uh-oh, here we go. And Caleb, it's okay that you didn't find it. You didn't find it. Fine. It's okay. Look, trust me. This has been a little over a year of me looking. And yeah, my rants did get crazy, didn't they? Nostalgia is a powerful thing. Just bought the Star Wars Trilogy VHS box set that I got for Christmas when I was a kid. Exactly. Also been buying your favorite Choose Your Own Adventure books when you were young. Dude, see, I love some of those. I love them. They're fun. It has dragons. They are demonic. It is not demonic, Patricia. If you go into your local Christian bookstore, you're going to find these books here. Not satanic. The only fellowship there should be is with the church. I mean, and Bob Michaels. How's it going? How's it going, sir? Good to see you. Look, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. The Lord of the Rings is not satanic. But then the final one. This was a copy of Fellowship of the Ring. New. And this is what I got. So, I got the one that matches this. But now I don't have the Two Towers. And this one's kind of janky. This one's brand new. Again, nice and crispy. But it's not what I wanted. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to keep this one. All these. I think I'm going to send them all back. Because I just don't need them. Unless one of you guys wants to, compensate me for these and I'll send them to you. But other than that, I'm so frustrated. This is what I want. This is the one I want. And I cannot find it. I don't know. I'm just going to have to wait till I get into, find it somewhere locally. And that's it. Man, Patricia really ruffles some feathers here, doesn't she? I mean, seriously. So, the fact is, I got all this in the last week and a half, and none of them are what I wanted. So, kind of a bummer. But you know what I also got? I want the Dark Crystal hardbacks, but Volume 3 wasn't printed much, so it's over $100. Yeah, that is a thing. That is definitely a thing. Is it like DVDs with those books? Each release has a few different words or an alternate ending or something? No, they're just reprints. They're like I don't know. They're like, I mean, how do you say it? It's almost like they just reprint them, you know? And a lot of times they'll reprint them with something else going on. So for example, I have a paperback copy of Lord of the Rings when the movies were coming out, and it's got Ian McKellen as Gandalf on the front. Now they've got brand new versions of Lord of the Rings that are out in stores now that have imagery from Rings of Power, just to try to capitalize on the new show. And a lot of times these, like, for example, let me go back to here. You go here and then click here. You can see all of the different versions in America that there've been. So the first one authorized was in 65. Then they changed to this style. Then they went to this style. Then they changed to this style, and then go on, and it just keeps going and going and going. And they don't actually have the new 2022 versions out yet on this site. But see, like even with Lord of the Rings, it's the same thing. So yeah, you can see all the different styles that they've done. So yeah, it's just it's a publishing thing, you know. And once things sell out, they move on to a different thing. Oh, 22 meters. Have a good one, sir. Good to see you in here. You got the UK version of the Harry Potter books mainly for the non-Americanized language. Exactly. Sweater versus jumper. The way that they say, and it's just different than the way we say it. It's like, I got to go to the hospital. In the UK, they'll say, I got to go to hospital. Not the hospital. University. You go to university instead of got to go to a university or the university. It's little subtle changes, but yes, it does change the story a little bit. Do you get paperbacks if it's your only choice, or do you hold out for hardcovers? That's an boot lift, exactly. Crikey. Don't you guys call it Sorcerer's Stone instead of Philosopher's Stone? Yes. We don't have philosophy in the US. I think what they said is that they thought that philosopher sounded too boring. What do you know? But Caleb, it depends on the book. Because to me, it's almost always about readability for me. It's not about, like, these, technically, all of these are like collector's editions, right? I just try to be real careful with these. But these are not the deluxe editions. These are just the kind of the mid-range editions here. But like starting with this green one here and then over to this green one here, there's 2 green books there. With all of those are the original hardbacks of History of Middle-earth, and the reason I got them is because they're the same size as the HarperCollins editions. Even though all of these are the American printings of these books. In fact, let me see. How can I... History of Middle-earth. Images. There you go. Bam. See these in the top right corner? Those are the UK printings of the History of Middle-earth. They look really, really cool. They're also a lot more expensive here in the United States to get over here. I think they're probably minimum $40 or $50 a piece. And all of the ones that I got here, which are all of these are not one of these was more than $30. And in most cases, they were a lot less. Like, I think I got these first 3 for $50. So it just depends on what you're looking for. If you want something real nice to sit on a shelf, yeah, go for a hardback. It's the best looking version, in my opinion, for the most part. But it's all about readability for me. I honestly don't care too much about that. It's really about really about readability, which is also why a lot of times what I'll do is, like, I bought the hardback edition of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood from Tarantino, right? I bought the hardback, but I got the ebook from my library. So I didn't even actually read that copy. So it's just weird. It's for me it's ebook for me is my preferred. It just is. And I don't typically care about owning a physical copy, but Tolkien's a little different. It just is. So, you Americans spell color wrong. Oh, you are. Exactly. Exactly. Bonnet instead of hood, right? There's a lot of weird differences. Crikey. That's right. Here's one of your Blu-ray pickups, The Navigator, a medieval Odyssey. Not many will have heard of this. I haven't. Interesting. See, and that's the thing, man, with movies, that's the beautiful thing about movies. You say, you know what? I'm tired of Marvel movies. Guess what? There's 120 years of historical movies that you can go back and watch. And there's some great ones, you know? And that's, you know, you have to kind of change your mindset a little bit and say, look, I'm going to watch a black and white movie, you know? Because guarantee you, some of those black and white movies, they destroy some of today's movies. They're so much better. Like they're so much more like well written. I mean, yeah, they're not going to have CG, but man, the stories are, God, they're awesome. So there you go. You're concerned about longevity and durability when it comes to paperback? Absolutely, Caleb. And here's let me see. I'm trying to think of a book. Here's an example. One right here. This I have it's kind of dusty, but I read this book because it was kind of like a glossary, and it's because we were playing so much Star Wars trivia for a while. I actually read this entire book. This is like trade paperback size. But look at that cover. All right, come on. There you go. No creases. And it's because of how I read them. Now, you look at something like this, which has been well loved. This was $4 something. Remember, this is one of the ones I was hoping to get the yellow version, and it was just a regular paperback. But look at how that one looks by comparison. If I buy a book brand new, you'll never see that. I read them in a way where they don't look like they've been read. And it's because I'm a stickler for that. I hate used looking books unless I buy it that way. Like I bought a copy of the Silmarillion way back. It was my first copy of it. And it was like this. It was in this kind of shape because I was like, I don't even know if I like this book. But now I have a really nice copy of it right here. So it's like, that's how I look at it. Usually I'll buy, like, okay, if ebooks didn't exist, I would buy the paperback first, almost every time, because I don't want to spend the money on a hardback that I'm not going to like. So I usually buy the paperback first. Then, if I like it, I'll buy a hardback, a collector's version, something to sit on the shelf. But that's just me. That's just me. Books on my shelf to look at, copies the same on my Kindle to actually read. There you go, Cryptic. I mean, that's just mine. I like that. Somebody blocked Leon? I own 2 hardback books. One is King Arthur and his Knights from like 60 or 70 years ago. And I have some other one called The Wind in the Willows. That's actually a pretty good book. Pretty good book. I like it. Rob's got chicken legs. Oh, I don't know about that. I got some fat legs. You used to have that? This guy? Yeah, it's still good. I mean, it's all original trilogy, but yeah, it's good. Another forgotten movie, The Shadow. Is that Alec Baldwin? 90 years old. King Arthur and his Knights. See, here's something weird, nostalgic. I want to buy a copy of Le Morte d'Arthur, and it's Le Morte d'Arthur is it's the original UK or English thing, right? And there's like, it's all like, it's translated from, I guess, Old English by Keith Baines. And it's a certain paperback copy that I want because it's what I originally read in high school. I just want a copy of it. I also want a copy of Once and Future King by T.H. White. I've read both of those. And it's King Arthur. Because stories of King Arthur. I love them. But I definitely like certain copies of things, depending on if they have any nostalgia for me. They don't, like I said, paperback, then hardback, depending. On my other book, The Wind in the Willows, it has 5 years on it, 1933, 1953, 59, and 60. So usually what you look for there is if it's got multiple dates, it's usually the last one. And just like, what's a good example? Probably, okay. So this is like a brand new copy of Sauron Defeated. I haven't read this yet, but you can see in here. Okay. You can see there, copyright 92. And then down here, depending on whatever, you see 7, 8, 9, 10. And what'll usually happen is, I think this one's oh no. Same thing, but it says 2, it's 2 through 10. You see that at the bottom? That means this is a second printing. This is a 7th printing. So I got a brand new copy of a 7th printing and a used copy, but still pretty nice, of a 2nd printing. Then there's things called editions. So with Lord of the Rings in particular, everything that you buy in a store now is all like the 2nd edition or whatever. There may be a different one. Let's see what this actually says. This says, yeah, see, this is a 2018 edition. That's weird. It doesn't actually say. Huh. It doesn't actually say on this one, but this is definitely a 2nd edition because he changed it. He changed it multiple times just because I know. I've been looking into this crap for a while. The 1st edition isn't really that different. It's just that there's a lot of mistakes in between because he was sending his work in to the publisher, which was George Allen and Unwin, I think was the original publisher for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. He sent him different, hey, you screwed this up. And then sometimes in screwing this up, they didn't change this thing. And sometimes they didn't change this thing. So the additions were to fix a lot of those mistakes. The Hobbit, there's actually a different, I think I've told this story, but with The Hobbit, everything that you've probably read of The Hobbit is usually the 2nd edition. Because the 1st edition, instead of Gollum trying to, he loses the ring, spoiler alert, he loses the ring and he chases Bilbo and tries to eat him. In the original story, he lost the riddle game and was like, I see you got my ring. A deal's a deal. You won the game, so I guess I'll lead you out. That's how the original edition of The Hobbit ended. So that's a different edition that he changed when Lord of the Rings came out. Anyway, Wraith. Can't stay. I'm at a Yankees-Mets game. Just stopping by to say hello. Well, Wraith, good to see you, sir, and enjoy that game. Look, I'm not a big baseball fan, but I'll tell you this, being at a live baseball game is really fun. So, good stuff. Rare bookshops in the UK definitely stock those books. No idea on the price. We don't have many bookshops in the UK anymore. All seem to be Waterstones or WH Smith. Yeah, I mean, and that's the way it is here too. Half price books is the big one here, but there are, from time to time, you'll run across a used bookstore or something like that. I love them. I love going in and just looking to see what they have. And a lot of times they'll have some edition with, Viggo Mortensen on it or whatever. I just want the old ones. Excuse me. I want the old ones. My closest one closed down. Bought comics there as a kid, but in the Southwest bookshop seemed to be dwindling for sure. It's the way it is here too. In fact, it seems like the more you get out into the country, kind of here, rural areas, you can't find them anywhere. And a lot of times you'll have to go to an antique shop. And every now and then the antique shops will have them. But yeah. And sometimes you find good stuff in there and sometimes you don't. I did find in an old record store. It was like a record store. But they sold old movies, the old games. It was like a half price books, only it was a record store. And I went in there and I spotted it. Like I'm sitting there like looking around at some of their collector's editions, and they had this stuff kind of off in the distance. You couldn't really see it. And I said, hey, is that a copy of like a box set of Lord of the Rings? And he's like, let me look. And goes and looks, and he's like, yeah, this one's from the 50s. And I said, how much is it? And he said, I think he said $450. And I'm like, okay, enjoy that, because I'm not buying it. So, it's just a thing. But every now and then, like I said, I found like all of these for $30 or less. I just set a limit. And I said, I'm not buying it if it's more than that. But toward the end, I was thinking I might have to spend $60 or $70 to get one in good shape. I was lucky to find that Peoples of Middle Earth was the last one, volume 12. I couldn't find it for less than 100 for months. And one just popped up, and it was $30. I took a chance on it. And you know what? It was first printing. First, there's no second editions of these. First printing for $30, great shape. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, sometimes you just have to be patient. Can we do a live sports in October? Possibly. We can try. Actually, I don't know. Maybe a football game. Maybe we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. The Hobbit Special Edition, George Lucas approved. And yeah, half price books is really awesome. The only thing that I don't like about it is a lot of times they'll just look in to see what it's going for on eBay, and that's how they price stuff, which is kind of a bummer, sometimes you want to have those things slip through, but a lot of times they know what they have, which is, I guess, that's a thing. Okay, so now since Leon is here, oh, okay, got it. Good. I got a box in today, just in time, because the skies opened up and it came down today. It's been raining like crazy here in DFW, by the way. If you haven't seen the news. Yeah, flooding and all that kind of stuff. Luckily, we did get a lot of rain, but I live on a hill, so a lot of the runoff just goes right past me. So it's not that big of a deal for me. There were people that were having some trouble, though. I'll tell you that. But I got a box today from Leon, from the UK, and it is full of nail polish. So, we're going to open this sucker up. and see what's in it. First off, I highly recommend everyone buy one of these. This is my favorite. It's called the Wingman Leatherman. So, of course, it's got all your tools and all that stuff, but it's got a box opener right there. Man, I've got like 3 of these, and I've got them all over the house. These things come in so handy. I highly recommend these. But, anyway. No, it wasn't nail polish. I was just kidding. It was just the one that was on the box. Oh. The boxing glove and a spring. That would suck. All right. Okay. I have an idea of what a lot of this stuff is. But I'm going to have to. Oh my God, man. Okay. Nail polish and feces? No. I hope there's no feces in here. I didn't even get anything. Well, yeah, there's a lot here. I'm going to have to get another thing so I don't have anywhere to put this stuff. Hold on. Okay, here we go. All right. That way I can at least, take stuff out and put it over here. So, first up, this is the first thing I grabbed. From the UK. Licorice. All sorts. Never been a big licorice guy. But you know what? I'll try anything. Well, I mean, within reason. Nothing kinky, you know what I mean? There's that. What is this? Ooh, I've never heard of this. Caramel wafer biscuits. That sounds awesome. They feel kind of like, in the US we have, wafer cookies, you know what I mean? It's what it feels like, but with caramel and real milk chocolate. The rest of the box is Marmite flavored licorice. No! No! This is one of my wife's favorites, the squashies. And this is bubblegum flavor. And yes, that is how you spell flavor. Maybe. You eat them with tea and crumpets? Hey, I'm down. I can't do licorice or however you spell it. Yeah, I was never a huge fan, but you know what? I do like it. Sometimes. Depends. It has to get me on the right thing. There better be a bottle of Harry Potter sauce in there. Maybe. I don't know. Just watched RRR. It was epic. North Star. I'm glad you liked it. RRR is, man, it's just too damn good. It's just good. The caramel doobie sounding good, though. It really does. I'm back with Rice Krispie treats. Who wants one? So here's some more squashies. Original raspberry and milk flavor with a U. I found that honor flavor, I spell them with a U now because I've read so much Harry Potter. Is that weird? Haribo! Strawberry softies. Never heard of these. They don't feel soft. All right. Another Squashies bubblegum. Oh, I bet you that's going to be good. Dairy Toffee by Sainsbury's. I love toffee, man. Oof. Love toffee. And come on. I am pretty sure we just have these. I don't know if we have them in that flavor, just butter candies. But heck yeah, man. What's Harry Potter sauce? Sounds kind of dirty if you think about it. But brown sauce, basic. Oh, Houses of Parliament sauce. No, there is not. Spoilies. Dang it. Yeah, everybody give. Look, Greek, you need to give Star Fox a Rice Krispie. Okay? You really sent the best of the UK. It rated Wilco's and Sainsbury's. Werther's caramel apple candy is great. Ooh, I've never had that. I love Werther's, man. They're so good. Now, see, this one, I'm pretty sure I haven't tried this one. Cadbury's Picnic. Looks like peanuts and raisins. My wife hates raisins. So guess who these are mine. These are totally mine. And I'm okay with that. Cadbury Fudge. I like them. Well, I mean, I don't know if I like them, but I'm sure I will. Fruit. How do you say that? Pastille? How do you say pastilles? Vegan friendly? 3 per a pound? Haven't tried these. Tottenham Hotspur. I don't know why. Sometimes when I do a British voice, I just have to. And I don't know why. I'm probably because I'm a butthole. HP sauce is the posh UK sauce. Brown sauce is the best, and it has the top football clubs on there. Pastels. Okay. Pastels. Okay. Okay. Another dairy toffee. You know, I love my toffee. Oh. Okay, these are pretty much going to be mine. I love hobnobs. He sent me some last time, and I love these. They're so good. They're so good. Love them. Ooh, these were good last time. Rhubarb and custard. These are very good. And Bonds. Bonds is some good stuff. Another Squashies. Another Squashies. Oh, and these were really good last time too. The Curly Whirlies. Cadbury Curly Whirlies. Really good. Really good. That's right. I am going to be sucking down some hobnobs. You better believe it. I wonder... it sounds crumbly. Some prawn cocktail Pringles. I'm not sure if prawn cocktail is my favorite. It's a little dented, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's see what else we got. Turkish Delight. I don't know if did we have these last time? I can't remember. But look, almost everything Leon sends is like top shelf stuff. You know what I mean? Hobnob Rob. That's right. That's me. That is me. Oh, good. He did send these last time, but almost all of them were smushed. Tea cakes. These are awesome. These, if I'm not mistaken, these taste like moon pies. Oh yeah. Delicious biscuit base topped with marshmallow and covered with real milk chocolate. These are awesome. So, yay, they didn't get smushed. Oh my gosh. A big old roll of ginger snaps. Sweet. Turkish Delight is required taste. Rob, enjoy. Thank you, sir. I'm sure I will. Turkish Delight sucks. I like English candy better. Ours has too much sugar, right? A lot of our sugar is just, it's too much. I do enjoy like the whole box that Leon sent last time. Amazing. Moon pies. How dare you just eat them with a cup of tea? Hey, just saying. That's what they remind me. Spearmint Chews. This is a little mangled. Sure, it's fine. It's fine. But Spearmint Chews from Bonds. Oh, this is gonna be April's. She loves those strawberry bonbons. These are awesome, by the way. Awesome. Diabetes. You're not kidding. It's not like I'm gonna eat all this tonight. Dude, there's so much in here. Ooh, I bet these are good. I don't think we had these last time. Milk chocolate and orange. Awesome. Awesome. Do it, no nuts. No. I will die. Don't want that. Oh, we have these here. These are awesome. Toffee. I love toffee. Every time I see them, I have to say it just like that. Hey, look. Toffee. Toffee. I don't know why. I'm just an idiot. What can I say? Ooh. Okay, this is a little crushed, but man, that looks good. And look, it's berry tasty. I'm rich and famous. That looks like Swiss cake rolls from Little Debbie, but I guarantee you they're going to taste better. Ooh. 6 Bakewell slices. Those look good. Pastry laid with fruity jam and frangipane sponge, topped with white fondant icing. That's what I get for being a Bakewell's rules. Nice. Bakewell is a British institution. It's weird you didn't send them last time. Oh, look at that. He just sent the regular. I didn't see those in there. The regular ones. Dude. I'm going to have to be careful, man. I'm going to... Oh my gosh. There's so many little guys. Okay. 2 Boost bars. 1 Wham original with sour crystals. I don't know what that is. 2 Bounty bars. I'm assuming that's for like me and April. Those are going to be good. I guarantee it. Going to be good. Orange mint humbugs. More squashies. Bucho, you're leaving. And Not Gary is here. I didn't see Not Gary come in. Welcome. Gotta roll, gang. Hopefully be back in an hour or so. Well, we should probably still be on. Bakewell's not cheap. Almost $1.49 I'm sorry. $1.49. £1.49? Is that how you would say it? Unless on offer for £1. Okay, now these I haven't tried. I love Jaffa cakes, but I've never tried the bars. So that's going to be interesting to try. Love them. Jaffa cakes are awesome. Okay. I think we've tried Arrow before. I don't know if you sent them or we do that. There is another Wham bar. Thank you. The Arrow, Nestle Arrow, I think we've tried, either you sent it or we got it in the UK box from the Universal Yums. I think that's what it's called. Where they send, I don't know if you guys have ever tried that thing. It's one of those subscription boxes and they send you a different box from a different country every month. And so you get to try snacks from all over the world. It's kind of fun. But I don't know if we tried this last time or not, but there's Arrow and Shero over a cuppa. Chocolate caramel and delightful peppermint. It sounds delightful. I'm just gonna say it. In fact, I gotta move some of this stuff out of the way. Otherwise, my whole... Ugh, it's too much stuff. All right. Murray Mints. Never tried them. By Maynard's. Okay. Oh, more Turkish Delight. Lemon sherbets. I bet you my wife is gonna go crazy for them. Universal Yums. Yeah, the Universal Yums is fun. Yeah. Oh, you sent them Wham Bars LOL Nice. It always gets stuck to your teeth and it removes your fillings. I'm gonna have to warn April about that one then. Is it caramel or... No, it's not caramel. What is it? Like, what kind of flavor is it? I don't even know. It just says with sour crystals. April probably won't eat those because she always has problems with candies like that. Chocolate raisins? Hell yeah. I'm the only person that I know that likes raisins. I love raisins. In fact, you know what? One of my favorite cereals growing up was Raisin Nut Bran, where they had like the shell on the outside of a raisin. God, it was good. But yeah, chocolate raisins. Dame! Don't know what these are. Looks like chocolate with something in it. I like how there's no description of what these are. Milk. Oh, there we go. Milk chocolates with a crunchy almond caramel center. That sounds awesome. Sounds really good. We're almost done. Oh my God, there's so much stuff in here. Butter Mentos. And finally, some bars. Nestle Orange Smarties. That sounds good. I love these, man. In fact, I think we Cadbury started selling these in the US and I've bought them a couple times. Chopped fruit and nut Cadbury Dairy Milk. These are great. Chopped hazelnut. And then finally, Dairy Milk caramel. This is going to be so much fun. Wow. Thank you, Leon. That is going to be so much fun to go through. I'm going to have to eat them slow or I will die. Oh, double deckers are really good. 16 pounds of candy. Oh, and prawn cocktail chips. That's crazy. That's awesome, though. Yeah, Cadbury fruit and nut bars. I love them. We don't like descriptions. We suck when we suck it and see. Taffy is probably the closest to Wham bars. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, Raisinets. Oh, God. Now, what are double deckers? What is that? I'm kind of afraid to search for that. Oh, I think I've had those. Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a buzz. I think I've had these before, though. Look, man, you say chocolate and caramel, I'm pretty much in. No double deckers, I don't think so. Eat one on stream? I don't think so. I don't think so. Those are... And plus, man, look, if you want to know why I do some of the things I do on stream, it's because I watched a lot of live streams and there are certain things that I just can't stand. The one thing that is it's probably the worst, is I hate the smacking, especially when you have your headphones on. And I apologize if I do that. But those mouth clicks because of saliva in your mouth. Drifter chocolate bar. What is that? Hmm. A wafer based chocolate bar. That sounds pretty good. Hmm. Rob hates ASMR. I just don't like that sound. Whatchamacallit is my favorite US candy bar. It's my favorite. I'll tell you, seriously, one of the best candy bars that he sent last time was the twists. I think were good, but no, it's those those, and I can buy them here. But man, I'm glad you didn't put these in the box because I can eat like 7 pounds of those. It's so good. So good. They're like they almost like they just kind of oh, they're so good. Flakes good with ice cream. I bet. Dude, I just love them. They're flaky. They are definitely flaky. But here's okay. Look at that picture, top right up there. It's weird how they just oh, I didn't like the Who's He What's It either. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. But yeah, I mean, that's the way it goes, I guess. I was telling Leon to send you Cadbury Flake, Rob. Well, Greek, I've tried them. I've tried them. I love them. In fact, my favorite, I think my favorite, some of my favorite ones were pretty simple. Um, like those, I can't remember what they're called, but the twisty ones, and it's all almost all Cadbury stuff. That's how ice cream is served in the UK is served with the flake. I mean, seriously, kind of want to try that now because I didn't try that. I just ate them because they're freaking good. Snickers, Carbonite, Snickers. I'll tell you what. For me, there is nothing better than one of my favorite things to get is you go to like TCBY and you get the like non-fat ice cream, vanilla ice cream, straight up vanilla or non-fat ice cream or damn it, non-fat vanilla yogurt. And it tastes good enough. But man, you put some Snickers in there. And it's pretty low calorie, but it's one of my favorite things. Now, of course, if you want to go to the other side of the spectrum, you go get a Sonic Blast from Sonic with Snickers in it. But oh my god. Twix is damn good too. I like Three Musketeers. They're just they kind of by the end of it, I'm kind of like this is what happens. Like I'll finish it and I'll go, that was pretty good. But I kind of wish I had gotten something else. It's just me. What did you send me, Leon? Oh. Oh man. Okay. This is what he sent me. Oh my god. The Flake 99s. Just the yeah. Dude. Dude. Do you prefer things to have nuts? Yeah. I'm a big nut guy. I love my nuts. I don't know what to tell you. I do. Ice cream van company was called Lavages and played the good, the bad, and the ugly music when it got on your street. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah. What was I just thinking? 100 grand bars are awesome. See, I don't think I've ever had one of those. What is it? What's in it? You know, sometimes things just don't look good when they're zoomed in. That looks kind of bad. Right? Rich caramel milk chocolate crispy crunchies. Oh yeah, I'll probably love it. I'll probably love it. No caramel, but I had Three Musketeers when it was out in January and reminded me of that. Caramel center with chocolate and Rice Krispies. No, that sounds good. Whatchamacallit was definitely one of my favorites for a long time. But for me, man, you just can't go wrong with the Snickers. And I like the Snickers ice cream bars too. But if you can get, like, that's what I love about TCBY is you can make it yourself. And dude, they were pretty low calorie and tasty, man. And frozen Snickers, I'm sure, are good too, for sure. But we've been talking for about, an hour and 40 minutes. You know what time it is? That's right, everybody. It's time for Have You Seen This? Hey, look at me. I'm on top of a mountain playing the frickin' bagpipes. Oh, it's great. It's great up here. It's a little windy, I'll tell you. But, not bad, not bad. But anyway, have you seen this? Yes, that's right. It's Have You Seen This? It's time for me to do bad accents and for us to look at fun, cool things on the internet. Sometimes they're cute, sometimes they're funny. Let's check it out, okay? Here's what we got first. Look at him standing there with its big pipe. Racist. I don't know about racist. And you destroyed that bottle of Chick-fil-A sauce? It's good stuff. It's good stuff. But yeah, so this one was it just made me laugh. So every time the automatic feeder goes, the cat does things. So here we go. I just thought that was funny. Okay. Good thing Angie's in bed. She's Scottish and would be offended. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My favorite Scottish person is Fat Bastard. Yeah, that cat goes, man, not even playing. Not even playing. Thought it was pretty funny. Up next, this one. Okay, we'll watch it. There's no sound. But I just thought, you might have seen this one before, but I think it's funny. So I like that the other fox just kind of looks away. And then what? I just think I don't know. I think it's cute. Now I know what's going on here. This says Snow Fox losing it when its friend does a vanishing act. No. That's how the Snow Fox hunts, right? There's stuff under the Snow Fox hears it, and then jumps on it. But it's just kind of funny watching. It almost looks like he's going, wait, where'd he go? Like, what? And it's just kind of funny. But that's what we humans do. We try to personify animal behavior. But I just... it's cute. So yeah, there's that. Next up, this guy just cracked me up. So I'll just play it.
I freaking love these things! What are you doing? Just push-ups? They're so funny.
Just the laugh.
I freaking love these things. What are you doing? Just push-ups? They're so funny.
So yeah, as a Midwesterner, these critters are a treat when visiting Florida. Yeah, we have them all over the place. I've never seen one do that, but I assume that they're trying. It's just like birds, you know, when they do stuff. Like we'll have birds. There's a mockingbird that lives in the area, and sometimes he'll you know, he's on the grass and he does this with his wings. He'll go like this. He'll go. He's trying to scare bugs so he can catch them and eat them. I'm sure that's what's going on here. But it's still cute. It's still kind of funny. So, now the last one. I don't know if you've seen this, but it really made me laugh. And I have no idea what they're saying for some of it. But it's funny.
How many of those have you had?
A couple with my tea. Why?
How many exactly have you had?
3? They taste a bit weird though.
There's a bud in them.
What do you mean?
How many have you had?
3.
3 whole ones. Whole one.
What do you mean there's what do you mean?
Marijuana.
Ew.
Drugs.
Why is there drugs in your food? Listen. It's as bad as my leg.
What are you?
I can't stop. Shh, there's neighbours. Closer.
So yeah, we were talking the other day about you know, edibles, and I just thought it was funny. I just like the way there's neighbors, or there's neighbors. You know, I don't. Hey, I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny. So that was. Have you seen this? That's right. We're done. We're done. And look, I gotta say, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. I laughed quite a bit. So, anyway, I guess I'll get off this mountain now. All right. Bye. Sometimes I don't know exactly what I'm going to say, you know, when I pull up the thing. So, there you go. Yeah, so yeah, you guys love the fat bastard, huh? Patricia's gonna see all kinds of demons. Look, I'm sorry. I didn't say I was the best at voices. I just like doing them sometimes, and sometimes yeah, sometimes I do the thing. But you know what? Hey, you know what it's time for? Now it's time for some news. You guys ready for some news? Let's break down some of the news. Get that tea out of here. Let's get some water. Want to sound Irish, Rob? Say this. Well, I be hooked. Let's convince Patricia to have some devil's leaf. You know, we could probably slip Patricia a fun brownie or something. That could be fun. That could be interesting. Turkey tree and a turd. Oh, turkey tree and a turd. Yeah, that's all you got to do. You know, you kind of have to be a little sing-songy, you know, a little bit. You know? Turkey tree. Oh, I'm 33 years old. See, Irish, what happens to me is I go from Irish and it just slips automatically into Scottish for me. And it's because I haven't practiced my Irish accent enough. I used to do it pretty well. The Scottish, man, I can do it like that. See, like Scottish is a lot more fun because you can be like, oh, crazy, like, you know, you're just like, And it's, you watch Train Spotting, it's easy, you just, listen to them. You know how many times I've done the whole, what's the, oh God. The name of the rose is merely a blip on an otherwise downward trajectory. So, sounds like just like Ewan McGregor to me. I mean, yeah, look, doing accents is fun. I like doing a British accent. I try to, there's I don't know the areas. I just hear it and I go, I want to try that. Like I don't know. Oh, that's a Birmingham accent, or that's a Liverpool. I mean, I mean Liverpool's like that, right? Like, you just kind of the Beatles thing. But I just like doing them sometimes. The Scottish one, I'm usually pretty good at, but it's been a while. It's been a while since I've done it, so little rusty, And I can't roll R's, so it's pretty hard, I got to like practice a little bit, But yeah, it's fun. It's fun and it's a thing, and I don't look European at all. So it's hard for me to do those. Beatles are not a good representation of a Scouse accent. The Liverpool accent is horrendous. Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't know. But hey, it's news time. Did you guys hear that Disney Plus Day is coming up? And in fact, you can't really see this because of my logo, but the big things coming up on September 8th. September 8th, Disney Plus is adding a bunch of new stuff. Thor, Love and Thunder will premiere on Disney Plus on September 8th. Those of you who haven't seen the movie and you want to, there you go. That'll be a thing on September 8th. Also on September 8th is Obi-Wan Kenobi, A Jedi's Return. Now, the trailer for that got released today, and if you love behind the scenes stuff, I'm sure this one's going to be good. I'm sure it's going to be good. In all fairness, Americans are just Europeans that escaped. I mean, true, but do you know why the River Mersey runs through Liverpool? If it walked, it would get mugged. But also, I guess the big news out of this, I mean, look, I still haven't seen Thor Love and Thunder, so it's going to be fun to watch that. But Pinocchio, Robert Zemeckis, Tom Hanks, Pinocchio is premiering on Disney Plus. So that could mean, hey, we really want to give back to the people and all that kind of stuff with a brand new movie. I don't think that's what it is. I honestly think that Pinocchio didn't turn out great. So that may be the thing. I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I definitely want to see Pinocchio because I like. Oh, you know what? I didn't even talk about the books. I mean, I got the books that, yeah, but I haven't talked about the books that I read. What the hell? Well, I guess we're gonna have to do that next. Pinocchio is not satanic. I thought Pinocchio looked pretty good, but hey, it's to me it's interesting. It's interesting when they do stuff like that. But yeah, Lord of Chaos, the 6th book of Wheel of Time. I just finished that last night, and I gotta say, it was pretty freaking awesome. Like, it's really good. I really enjoyed the last 2 Wheel of Time books a lot. Now, from what I hear, books 7, 8, 9, and 10 are kind of like book 7 starts what they call the slog. So 7, 8, 9, 10 start to go downhill a little bit. And then with 11, it starts to come up, and then 12, 13, 14 are pretty good. So I'm interested to see how bad they're going to be. But yeah, Lord of Chaos, really, really good. Highly recommend it. I have no idea if Wheel of Time is going to make it that far on Amazon, but I kind of want to see the end of this book, which is kind of pictured right there. Because I don't know how they're going to do it, because it sounds horrific. But also sounds kind of awesome, if you know what I mean, you know? So yeah. And then after Lord of Chaos, I started Red Seas Under Red Skies. Scott Lynch. This is the continuation of The Gentleman Bastards. The first book I thought was fantastic. So I'm really interested to see how this one's going to go. I read, I don't know, a little, I don't know. I read like 50 pages last night. Good. I hope it's good. Is that an erotic pirate novel? No. They're the Gentleman Bastards. They're thieves. But they're awesome. It's super good. Super good. More boats and sailing, I imagine. I mean, a little bit. But I wouldn't call them pirates. Let me see if I can do this right. So yeah, I'm interested. We'll keep it going. I'm also keeping track of, I'll show you this. I'm keeping track of my books and what I read and how long it takes me to finish them. So like Swan Song took me, what is that, 19 days. Lord of Chaos took me 22 days, 23 days. So yeah, and there's that's my reading list right now. Wish me luck. Now back to the regular news. Okay. I wanted to bring this up because even though I'm not a huge fan of this series, I know there's a lot of people that are, and I just wanted to let you know that, hey, it's coming. And that is Halloween. Halloween Ends will come out on October 14th on Peacock and in theaters. So it's a really kind of a weird thing that they're doing this. Erotic pirate fiction, Roger the Cabin. No, none of the, no. I can't wait to go to Disney World. That way I can cancel my Disney Plus subscription once I get back. You're reading, okay, wait a minute. You're reading a Warhammer book and I only have like 60 pages left, but the whole thing has been a drag to get through. Yeah. Warhammer Astaroth. Some books are just like that. And I'm not looking forward to the slog in Wheel of Time because I've heard that Wheel of Time ends so amazingly that it makes all of it worth it. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm going to have to get through these 4 books that are kind of a slog. And they're not small books. They're big. They're fat. So yeah. No erotic. These pipes are clean. No. It's been ending for years. Warhammer? Yeah. Oh, Halloween. Yeah. Another Halloween. Time for him to die again, then return again. Halloween never ends. Well, that's what they say. I mean, that's what the thing says. It says it ends. I just thought that, honestly, look, I'm not a big fan of Halloween, but that poster's good looking. I like that poster. I think it's a cool poster. Thought the other ones were Paramount? No, Halloween is a Universal property, so that's all Paramount. That's all Peacock. So Peacock is NBC Universal. Paramount is, of course, Paramount and CBS. But yeah, so it's Peacock. You love the Warhammer lore, but the story in this one isn't written very well. Yeah, I liked Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis, but now it's a trilogy. Halloween Kills was pretty crappy. Not a patch on the previous. Can't wait for Halloween H2O.2. Halloween Kills sucks balls. I had quit watching Halloween. It's just one of those things where you realize it's like Fast and Furious. I mean, I'm not, the only comparison is that I don't like either one. So the Fast and Furious movies, not for me. And that's fine. You guys like them? Anybody likes them? Cool. You watch them, so I don't have to. Halloween is the same way. I watched Halloween H2O or whatever, and I'm like, this is a piece. And it's just not my thing. Most horror movies are just not my thing. So, no originality? You hate the Halloween movies? Yeah. Just not my thing. Just not my thing. But, like I said, I try to cover as much industry type news and stuff. Now, this next thing, I showed it off in the Discord, but it's too big. So yeah, I'm just going to put it over my face. And that is a picture from Glass Onion. This is the sequel to Knives Out. Okay? I just think that is, number one, that's framed really well. Almost looks like The Last Supper or something. But I just think that looks cool. And look, you can say what you want about Rian Johnson, okay? Because I'm not Rian Johnson. But I think Rian Johnson makes some interesting movies. And I've liked almost every single one of his movies that I've seen. That's just me. And look at this cast. I'm gonna move this up here. Look at that. So Madeline Klein, Daniel Craig, Jessica Henwick, Ethan Hawke, Katherine Hahn, Edward Norton, Kate Hudson, Janelle Monáe, Leslie Odom Jr., Dave Bautista, and Jada Pinkett Smith. That's a hell of a cast. And if it's anything like the previous movie, I'm really going to like this. Now, this comes out December 23rd, and as far as I know, only on Netflix. They've been talking like they've been trying to get theaters to pick it up, but here's the funny thing. This was on, actually, I got to give credit where credit's due. The John Campea show was talking about this, and they said that it's not because the theaters don't want it. It's because Netflix doesn't know how to promote their movies. So, if it does the theaters no good to have a movie come out when there's no promotion behind it. So the trailers don't come on network TV and stuff like that. So they basically said, Netflix, we want to put Knives Out 2 or Glass Onion, a Knives Out story. Oh, a Knives Out mystery is what it's called. Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. They want that in theaters. But if Netflix isn't going to do promotion, the theaters don't want it. So this is one of those weird situations where I'm like, man, I'd really like to see that in the theater. But we may not see it. We may not see it. Get my wife's name out of your stream. What did you think of the Black Phone? I thought it was interesting. I haven't seen Black Phone yet. I love Ethan Hawke. So it's on my list. But I just haven't watched it yet. Black Phone was pretty cool. All right. Yeah, the Knives Out to me is so good. It was so good. It's like it's the kind of movie that Hollywood just doesn't make anymore. And I love the fact that every actor got to shine, you know? Just, and what a group of actors. I mean, it's just so much fun to watch. It's a delight. Talk about that. That is a delightful movie to watch. I like that stuff. I do. Now, next up, for those of you who watched That Crazy Greek, if you're taking off, if that's what that means, Night Rob, everyone, have a great one, That Crazy Greek. We will talk to you later. Good to see you and good to have you here. But we're going to finish up the news. I say that. There's still plenty of news left. Now, what's the correct button? Is it this one? Yes. If you guys watched House of the Dragon, we got a glimpse of The Last of Us. Now, I know that picture right there is not the best quality, but then we got one that's nice and crispy. It looks nice. And so, yeah, we saw some footage, our first footage, really. I mean, we saw some photos, but we saw our first footage of The Last of Us. And look, I don't know about you, but this is looking pretty good. I'm curious how this is gonna work. I have to say that I can't remember the actress's name that's playing Ellie, but she looks different than what I had in my head. But she's a terrific actor. So I think that's going to matter more than anything else. So I'm super excited. And of course, Pedro Pascal, I mean, likable dude. I'm excited. Did anybody else see this footage? And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. You love this game series. You're down for this. Heck yeah. I'm really, really pumped. Really, really pumped. So yeah. Second game sucks, but the first one and its DLC are amazing. Excited to watch this, but hope they don't cover the second game unless they change some things. I thought the second game was play-wise, I think it was better in every way. The story, I understand why some people don't like it. I really liked it. I really liked it. I thought the gameplay though was better. And it's just because, it's the difference between a PS2 game and a PS4 game, right? So yeah. Story was garbage for sure, but the actual gameplay and world was amazing. Loco, welcome. Yeah, see, I mean, for me, I liked it. I liked it. But then again, this is just like the Game of Thrones thing, right? I wasn't that bothered by the final season of Game of Thrones because I wasn't that attached to it. I was definitely a casual fan. So it's just one of those things. For me, I wasn't super attached to the characters in Last of Us. So Last of Us 2, I enjoyed it. The Last of Us 2 is the last Jedi of video games. Loco, you may be right. You may be right on that one. You hated the story personally, ruined Ellie for me. Felt like she was way too spoiled and mean to Joel. See? I mean, look, everybody's going to have their opinion on it. See, but that's the thing. I think it's just divisive. It's very, very divisive amongst fans. And, let's just understand one thing here, okay? Let me just tell you. We all have things that we like that other people don't. And we all have things that we hate that other people like. Just like I can't stand most horror movies, but there are people that are just huge fans of some of those movies. Jay, for example, loves the Friday the 13th movies. I think they're dog shit. But hey, that's the thing. But it's just one of those things where I don't know. It's such a weird thing that we've gotten so attached that we get angry and call names and stuff. Let's not do that. Let's just, hey, you liked it. I didn't like it, or whatever. One way or the other. There's going to be somebody that likes it. There's going to be somebody that hates it. And it's okay. It's okay. You're not an idiot if you hate it or you like it. Or you might be an idiot. But it has nothing to do with, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Does anybody, do you know what I'm saying? I'll say this. You being an idiot, we're all idiots in a way. We're all idiots about something. But it has nothing to do with what you like and what you don't like. Nah, I'm an idiot. I just don't like it. Yeah. Loco. See that, and I can understand that. I can understand that. It's like if you like a hot dog and I like a burger, it doesn't really matter. Exactly. To me, I always thought of it like well, I guess what made me realize that, because look, I grew up in an age in the 80s and 90s. Homosexuals were not treated well. They just weren't. Okay. And I grew up having not really known any. At least I didn't think I did. But then later on we found out, oh, he's gay. Okay. But I was like irrationally scared of them. And then it just came to me one day that it was like, okay, so they don't like the same people I like. Or they're not attracted to the same people I am. Well, that's like blondes versus brunettes. And once I started thinking of it that way, like what you like. Love who you want to love. That's how I am. I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not telling anybody how to live or whatever. But that's what did it for me. It was the one thing that made me go, it's no different. And then yeah, it's just like, oh, I like In-N-Out. Oh, In-N-Out sucks. It's the worst thing ever. Oh my God. Shit, I just like a burger, man. Damn. It's no big deal. In-N-Out is trash, and you're an idiot. You're terrible if you just come on. You know, just everybody calm down. Everybody likes things, some don't like things. It's just like I just find there's so many different ways that we have found to separate ourselves from others. And maybe we should just be like, hey, I live in DFW. You might live in, I don't know, say New York, right? Guess what? Or Washington, D.C. Guess what? The Dallas Cowboy fans hate Washington Redskin fans. What? But, okay. But why? Or Philadelphia Eagles fans. That's probably even worse for Dallas Cowboys fans, right? But then, see, for me, it was like, wait a minute. I live in this town. I grew up in this town that had a north high school and a south high school. And every year, it was the last game of the season. They played each other. And you're just like, oh man, you're just like, ah. But then, that was Friday night, right? We'd have that game. And then guess what? On Sunday, when the Cowboys played, we were all on the same team again. And it was like, why? Why can't we just look at things like that? Hey, just because we're on sometimes we root for a different team doesn't mean that we're that different. Jeez. Anyway. Why am I ranting and preaching to you people? I'm not preaching. To be honest, play it straight after like I did. What happened was deserved if you see it from other points of regarding the ending. Yep. I feel like Wood trying to understand how you feel about Star Wars. Glad you like it though. That's the best part of it for me. It's shocking. And then you play the character you're hunting. Brilliant. Yeah, it was kind of cool. Unless someone is actively hurting, live and let live. That's right. That's right. They throw the throw ball further than the other guys that throw the throw ball. Yeah. Okay. I'll just say this. Maybe I should put like a spoiler warning, you know, hey, if you haven't played Last of Us, maybe not watch this portion of the stream. The chat kind of gives them some things away. I mean, honestly, I don't care, but you know. Yeah. You know, just, you know, hey, it's a thing. It's a thing. But let's move on, shall we? Let's move on to, look, I guarantee you that this next news item, this is one that everybody is on the same side. And everybody says, hey, this movie is a classic. An absolute classic. It's the best. It's the best movie ever. And everybody loves it. You ready for this? You ready? That's right. On September 23rd, it is the return of Avatar to theaters. Look, I know that there's going to be people. There's wait, what? All right, everybody just chill out. We're all friends here. It's cool. It's cool. Leon, for seriously, Leon loves Avatar. Avatar 1, that's right. So here's the weird thing. A couple of days ago, Disney Plus, out of nowhere, just took Avatar off of Disney Plus. Well, it's because they're re-releasing it September 23rd in 4K, HDR, and in 3D. Hey, I'll tell you this. I'm kind of thinking about going and watching it. I know. There's a lot of people that hate it. Like Star Fox. F Avatar and its fans. Oh, wait, that means me too. Okay. Look, this is the thing. If you don't like 3D movies and you never saw Avatar in the theater, I'm telling you, Avatar in 3D is, holy crap, it's good. Now, we can talk about the story. Some people don't like the story. But honestly, when you start really thinking about different movies and stories and TV shows, you start to realize how close everything really is. I mean, The Matrix is like Ghost in the Shell with a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and mixing all these things together. Avatar was what? Ferngully in space, Dancing with Wolves, whatever. All I can say is that for me, the story worked really, really well. And I think what a lot of people need to do, or I shouldn't say that, what a lot of people failed to do the first time, and this is not their fault, but they failed to connect with Jake Sully at the beginning of this movie, right? If you connect with Jake Sully at the beginning, the movie really works, at least in my opinion, because that's what did it for me. I immediately attached myself to him, and his, not being able to walk and all that is just like, wow. But then when he gets his avatar body and he's able to run around, and the look of on his face, the way he's breathing the air and he's sniffing, and he can feel his like. Look, I love that. I love that. So anyway, if you're curious, I'm not saying people should go watch it or anything like that. I'm just saying, hey, September 23rd, 4K, HDR, in 3D, it's coming back. Hey, if you want to check it out, check it out. There you go. Damn, this movie took a long ass time to be made. Interested in what James has been cooking up. Now remember, this is Avatar 1. This is a re-release of the very first Avatar. Avatar 2 doesn't come out until December. But they took it off of Disney Plus to try to get you to go into the theater. And to me, it makes the only reason it makes sense to me is because Avatar was only available in on the Blu-ray, right? 1080p. This is in 4K. HDR with a new print and all that kind of stuff, new color grading. So yeah, I get why they want to release that in theaters first, and I get why they took it off at Disney Plus, but it is a thing. But yeah, Avatar 2 comes out in December, and I gotta say, I'm excited. I'm pumped. I am ready. Oh yeah, that Dolby Vision. Oh man, here we've got one. I don't know where the nearest one is for me. But man, I went to one and it was so booming and just, the sound is great. Ernest goes to camp in space. Yes, yeah, Phil, I answered the 3D. It is in 3D. Yeah, and I think the 3D in that, I was just blown away by it. And I think I watched it. I'm part of the reason why it broke so many records, because I watched it, I think 6 different times with different people. I loved it. In the sequel, do they obtain the unobtainium, or is it unobtainium still unobtainable? I'm pretty sure it's still unobtainable, but hey, even the idea of being able to see what's unobtainable is unobtainable. You know what I'm saying? So the unobtainium is probably unobtainable, but even knowing that is unobtainable, at least right now. Obtainable in the future once we see the movie, but as for now, still unobtainable. Here's the thing. The Avatar sequel better be unreal and most amazing movie ever, or I would be asking James Cameron, what the hell have you been doing for 8 years? Look, I think James Cameron's been counted out a lot of times in his career, and he's almost always delivered. In fact, I can't think of, I mean, even Titanic was kind of amazing when it came out. He broke new ground on that movie. I mean, there's a reason why people still love that movie. The Abyss, Terminator 2. I mean, the guy has been an amazing trend setter, I guess, movie making wise, but he's also like, man, he pushes the technology forward. He's George Lucas if George Lucas didn't, well, you could argue that he's almost made as few movies as George Lucas has, but still. The guy, well, Piranha 2, as early in his career, we can forgive him for that. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. I love the first one. Like, love it. So, that's just me, I guess. But next up, let's see. Yeah, I wanted to bring this up. And of course, unfortunately, because of the way that they released this news, I didn't see this till it was already a thing. It was already done. Excuse me, I just got attacked by a burp. Sorry. I didn't see this until it was already done. So I couldn't even put it on Discord or anything. But apparently the Rings of Power is going to screen 1 day early on August 31st. The first 2 episodes in theaters for free. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is at least in my area, they are all sold out. This is all at Cinemark. I'm putting the thing in chat there. I have no idea if there's any even left. But holy crap, they're screening it a day early for free at Cinemark. So if you have a Cinemark in your area, you can check that. In fact, down below, it says Cinemark created a page for the one night only event. So here's the thing. With a note that tickets will become available on Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. That was yesterday morning. By the time I got to this page and found out about this, it was already sold out. So it was very strange. Very strange. And yeah, James Cameron did write Rambo 2. Very interesting. I cried during Titanic when my girlfriend got up and put in the second VHS tape. Ed, you had me in the first part. I thought you were being serious, but then no, you weren't. That was good. They're desperate for this to be a massive hit as they spent $400 million making it. I mean, this is the biggest series when it comes to expenditures ever. This is going to be an insane show. Now, is it going to be any good? We don't know. Is that CG or have Weta done the prosthetics again? They did good work. That is the new prosthetics. I mean, that looks awesome. But we'll see. Now, earlier today, they released the new trailer for Rings of Power. And look, I don't know if you guys saw it. Did you guys see it? I don't know if you did. But I will say this. I was whelmed. As someone who is clearly a Tolkien fan. Or Tolkien. I'm clearly a fan. I mean, all of these down here. All the way to there. All of those are Tolkien books too. And then there's a whole nother square up here that you guys can't see. I'm a big fan. And I gotta say, I was just like, okay. Here's the thing. It looks insanely good. It looks beautiful. It's going to sound beautiful. Bear McCreary has done the score, and you can go and listen to it if you want. It's already out. I do not listen to scores beforehand because I don't want to make up my own story based on what I'm hearing, because that's what my brain does. Can't do it. I cannot listen to a score beforehand. It ruins the movie for me. It actually makes it harder for me to watch what I'm watching because I've already made up things in my head that match to this music. Can't have that. But I gotta say, I watched today's trailer and was just kind of like, okay, look, I'm watching it anyway. They don't need to sell me on it. I probably shouldn't have even watched the trailer. But man, it's Rings of Power. I'm really excited for this show. So I don't know. Hardcore Tolkien fans don't like something they have seen. Wait a minute. That's the question, Rob. Hardcore Tolkien fans don't like something they have seen. I'm trying to piece together what you mean by that. I'll say this. It's not because they're going different routes. It's not that they're, there's people of color in parts that, well, let's be honest. They're piecing this story together off of the appendices and some writings in Unfinished Tales. There aren't any finished stories in the Second Age. So they have a lot of room to do a lot of different things. And that's really exciting for somebody like me. The only problem is, are they as good as Tolkien? Are they as good as Tolkien at writing character and story and all those things? We don't know yet. This might come out and I say, I can't believe it. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that they pulled it off. I don't know that. I won't know until I see it. But all I can say is that so far, they haven't shown me really much of the story at all. They've shown me some beautiful, beautiful CG, some amazing photography, and it looks expensive. But I don't know. Going to help the British film industry, Phil. The first season was done in New Zealand, but now the rest is being filmed in the UK. Bray Studios in London and location stuff in Scotland, from what I've been told. I'm not going to watch it, but I'm going to try to work on it in the future. Lord of the Rings is the one big series that I've never ever seen. None of them, but I always plan to. I'll tell you this, Loco, there are things about those original movies that I don't like. There are choices that they made that I'm disappointed with. But overall, those movies are fantastic. You should watch those. The Hobbit movies, on the other hand, not terrific. Those are very... Like if those had come out first, I don't think they'd ever... Like if they said, hey, let's start with The Hobbit. If those movies had come out first, Lord of the Rings would never have been made. Never. It just wouldn't have happened. But Lord of the Rings it really is a great set of movies. So, another movie YouTube channel, Oliver Harper, he does in-depth movie reviews and reviews the score of the movie. Yeah, see, I love delving into a score, but it's a weird thing. For me, the score, because I'm a big score guy. I grew up listening to John Williams and James Horner and, Alan Silvestri and, Jerry Goldsmith, right? Those are the scores of my childhood, But they're very connected to what I'm seeing on screen. And there are some things like, you know how like some people, I'll say it like this. You know how some people will say they don't like watching behind the scenes special feature type stuff on movies because they ruin the mystique, right? The mystery of how things are done and all that. They don't like knowing. It's kind of like, a magician showing off his tricks. They don't like seeing that stuff. For me, music, I don't like seeing behind the curtain. I just don't. Because I don't want to know how you did it. I don't want to know what it means. I like every now and then something will come out. Like, for example, the I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he does the soundtrack podcast or something like that. I don't know. That's not who you're talking about because it's a different. I would have recognized the name, but there's a guy that works at Lucasfilm that does a show about soundtracks and scores, and he showed this thing, or he played this thing where he plays the end celebration song at the end of episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And what it is it's the Emperor's theme from Return of the Jedi and Empire, and well, Return of the Jedi. The na 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 na, right? That whole song. He plays that, but in a major chord. And it's the celebration song at the end of The Phantom Menace. Da na na, da na na, da na 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 na. Now at the same tempo. Da na na. Wait. Da na na, na na na, na 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 na. So it's like, that was a shock to me. I never realized it. In however 15, 16 years of watching The Phantom Menace, I never realized that that song was a major version of the Emperor theme from Return of the Jedi. That's kind of one. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare anybody. Sorry. But those things, even though I appreciate that, I don't want to know anymore. I don't want to know all of the tricks of the trade when it comes to music. Sorry. Okay, wait a minute. I missed some stuff because I just went off on a tangent. Only watch if they put Jar Jar in as a dragon. Okay. Yeah, no real hint of story with Rings of Power. And that scares me because that's what Tolkien is. It's all about story and character. The Hobbit do be my favorite. Let's argue more. No arguments. Just saying. The Goblin King's ball chin. That's right. You would definitely enjoy Oliver Harper. He's right up your alley. He's in loads of videos on YouTube. Whew. David something, right? Does the Star Wars oxygen stuff. Bucho, welcome back. David Collins. David Collins. Yes, that's him. I don't remember the name of the podcast, but yeah. Anyone go to IMDb trivia for a movie or TV series as soon as you finish it? Without fail, I have to go there and read it. I love that stuff, Loco. I love the behind the scenes stuff. But man, for whatever reason, the idea of doing it with music, like there's been a couple of YouTube channels that have just completely exploded over the pandemic, talking about, it's my first time hearing this song, and he breaks it down and he says, oh, well, I love that he's doing this and the diminished chord here and the majors and minors and the blah blah blahs, and I'm like, I don't want to think about it critically. I don't want to think about it musically. I just want to enjoy it. I don't need to know how it's done. I just know I like it. And that's just how I'm not, I guess my thing is I took enough music theory in high school that I realize it's not for me. I don't want to know. I can describe things musically like if I was a director and it's time for somebody to sit down and write a score for my movie, I can tell you what I'm thinking and what I really want something very, very sad, very minor chords. I want a little lingering hopefulness in there, so you can throw some majors in there, but for the most part it's a minor. I can talk like that. I can say, I wish it needs to crescendo up to this at this point, whatever, which might be really annoying to some musicians. But for me, at least I can describe that. I know enough about music to do that. I don't want to know anymore. That's just, I don't know. That's probably a weird stance to take, but that's just how I feel about it. Used to be on Rebel Force Radio, but left when Disney bought Lucasfilm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people were probably doing some stuff that they had to change. Yeah. From what I can guess on the Rings of Power, I hope it explores more on Sauron's origin and the rings and how they became corrupt, leading to a big battle. Yeah, because that's supposedly when the Second Age will end, is with basically the battle at the beginning of Fellowship of the Ring. And there's not supposed to be any wizards, and there's not supposed to be any hobbits. But if you've seen the trailer, those look like hobbits to me. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. Is it 300 years? It's supposed to, well, that whole age takes thousands of years. The first age is what you would read about in the Silmarillion, which is right here. The Silmarillion is about the first age. There's some second age stuff in there, but very, very, very little. And then Unfinished Tales takes some first age stuff, some third age stuff, and some second age stuff. Numenor, The Fall of Numenor, which there's a book coming out November, I think, which is The Fall of Numenor, which is basically everything that Tolkien wrote in all of these books about the Second Age is collected in this book. It's a new release by HarperCollins, so they're going to be in this style. Very, very high quality. Very excited about it. I've already got mine pre-ordered. But for as far as I know, it's not going to have anything new. Now, there's going to be commentary by Brian Sibley, who's done some stuff for the Tolkien estate, but nothing like this. And so I believe that Christopher Tolkien probably would have released a book like this for Rings of Power if he was liking it. I don't know if that's the big question, right? Would Tolkien, any of the Tolkien estate, really care for what Rings of Power is doing? I don't know. So, yeah. So it's the whole Second Age is what this is supposed to be about. That was a long answer. I apologize. He was still on RFR as late as 2016. I remember him doing the Rogue One score. The first time he did a Giacchino thing. I might be in the minority, and I like Michael Giacchino a lot. I think the Rogue One score is, I can't stand it. Just saying. The one, I'm guessing Hobbit in the new trailer said something about having a heart as big as his feet, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Have I seen the first Silent Hill movie? The first one was great. Me and my entire family like it. The second one, not so much. I never saw Silent Hill. It's one of those where it fell behind fell behind the cracks, fell beneath the cracks, fell between the cracks. Just never watched it because I was never a fan of the games. I don't typically like horror games. The Resident Evil games I played very, very little, and I enjoyed parts of it. But then I'm like, this game's not for me. I don't like the Resident Evil games. And since Silent Hill was made by the same company, I figured it was going to be very similar, so I never played it and never watched the movies. Yeah. Disney is to blame for so much. Bucho, it's nice to have you back, that ray of sunshine in here that's... I need a synopsis for this Rings of Power. I mean, as far as, the only synopsis I've ever seen is something of like, hey, it's taking the tales that Tolkien wrote about the Second Age and expanding them for a new audience or something. If a hobbit offered a foot job, would you? Well, Sam was a little gay for Frodo, but that's the weird thing is that there are people that have said that there are some gay overtones in Lord of the Rings. I never once thought that, but it's also written in a way that I think you can, in your own mind, you can, just like most books, most good books are written in a way that tells you how to think about what's going on instead of what to think. So I'm sure you could extrapolate that from that, but for me personally, it didn't. What their relationship always reminded, and I'm just being honest here, what their relationship reminded me of is war buddies, you know, and someone who just like, I love my friends, but it's not a romantic love at all. You know what I'm saying? But hey, just saying. It'll probably be the best and fuzziest. Oh, not Gary. I didn't know what I was reading for a second there. My mind had already moved on. Simon Tolkien is the series consultant, apparently. Yeah, and apparently a lot of the, especially if you read on Reddit, there's not a huge appreciation for Simon Tolkien. So, look, we just won't know. We just won't know until we start watching it. And even then, it might be enjoyable on a I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be enjoyable or not. I might hate it. And I have to know that about myself. There's a good chance I'm going to hate it. But I can also really like it. I don't know. Just depends on how it's done. Silent Hill, Konami, Resident Evil, Capcom. Actually, Leon, you're absolutely right. But it looks similar to me, and I just like, nah. That's just me. Hobbits are pansexual. I don't know what that means. Is that bad? Only the films. I just thought Sam was hot for Frodo. I mean, and yeah, married men can still have fantasies. That's absolutely true. I think Chad is going off the rails a little bit. Yeah, I mean, just a little bit. Billy's bare ass does nothing for you. No, it doesn't. Seen enough. I've seen enough of. Yeah, I've seen enough. Means they have sex with pants. Oh, well then. Well, let's move on. Look, this is probably we talked about this last week. Pants do be sexy though. It's true. The Batgirl filmmakers on fallout from Warner Brothers axing DC pick, studio promptly took all their footage. Well, they write this in a way that makes it seem like, well, how dare they? I'm just going to say this. Oh God, not this. Phil, it won't take long. Trust me. We're going to move on pretty quick. I'm just going to say this. The reason that people, look, the media likes, Ted has it right there. The media loves to put these things out there. You know? That makes it sound like, oh my God, I don't know who's writing this. I mean, obviously Anthony D'Alessandro wrote it. But the thing is, the footage belongs to Warner Brothers. They paid for it. It's theirs. They can do what they want. Pansexual means attracted to anyone no matter. Oh, okay. So it's not like bisexual, where they like man or woman. Pansexual says anybody, even if they're non-binary, they can. Looking at that pic again, I hate the suit. Look, all I can say is, fun fact: Chris Stuckman is actually pansexual. See, I knew that, didn't I? Yeah, because he did a video on it. I did a video. Yeah, he did a video on it. And look, man, again, to each their own, man. Look, there's so many things, so many really horrible things in this world that we should be mad about and be arguing about. You know? I'm sorry, but who you want to have sex with in another part of the country, in another part of the world, none of my business. I don't even care. You're across the street doing all kinds of crazy stuff that I think is crazy. Guess what? Go for it, man. Woman, whatever you want me to call you, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Do what you want. As long as you're not hurting another human being, I say go for it. But anyway, enough of that. So yeah, I don't like it when people write articles like that they just want to try to get a rise out of people. The fact is, Warner Brothers owns the footage. Now, there's a lot of people that are angry at Warner Brothers right now for Batgirl and even for this. Batman Caped Crusader animated series from Bruce Timm, J.J. Abrams, Matt Reeves, not moving forward at HBO Max, will be shopped elsewhere. But of course, there's a lot of animated series that was on HBO Max that have been on the chopping block. There's going to be a lot of people there are a lot of people that absolutely can't understand this news. They hate it. It's just Warner Brothers is evil. Zaslav is a monster. There's all these things going on. I'm just trying to look at it from a business perspective. Okay? Shopped elsewhere, meaning anywhere, any other, just like, how like Harry Potter is leaving at the end of this month and probably going to end up on Netflix or whatever. But here's the thing. If something isn't bringing value to Warner Brothers in the way of subscribers, it doesn't make sense to keep it on their service. You might be saying, oh, that's added value. Animated shows and all that kind of stuff is added value to HBO Max. You might be right. But what they might be doing is something that you don't understand yet. And I think what's going on is they're trying to say, okay, HBO Max and then Discovery mixed in is going to be more for adults. And you might say, well, adults like animation too. I'm a fan of animation. But they're probably taking this and saying, this doesn't fit into the box that we are looking for going forward. And Batgirl was also one of those. That Batgirl didn't meet this idea. So we're going to, in this case, kill Batgirl and move on with something else. They've even told the actress playing Batgirl that, hey, we want you to be in some of this new stuff. We didn't think that this movie fit what our plan is. We don't know what the plan is because we don't work at Warner Brothers. I'm not saying that I don't know. I don't like it when people automatically call people evil or whatever for doing something that they have no idea what the business reason is. And yes, it sucks when creatives are basically fired or their projects are dismantled or whatever. All of that sucks. Look, I get it. But the fact is, they're not the ones paying the money for it. And that's just a part of business. Now, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's a part of business. And so it could just be that Caped Crusader didn't fit this more adult version of what they wanted. And so they're just going to move on with something else, There's a lot of pan talk in here. Phew. Yeah, they get us to argue about stupid things so we don't care. We don't question the real issues. I mean, that is what the media likes to do. But again, also the negativity is what sells. Filming finished, but not post-production, I think. Yeah, Batgirl was definitely on that, where there was still footage they needed to shoot to finish production, probably in the form of reshoots or pickup shots and things like that. And then Warner said, we're not doing that, and we're not paying for the CG to finish this thing, which means it probably wasn't that good in the first place. In which case, I mean, I'm kind of cool with it. Like, a lot of times, you look at some of these movies that go out in the theaters, and I think, why didn't someone stop this? This is awful. A studio is doing that, and they're getting blasted for it. And the one thing that I will say is that the directors of Batgirl, they were kind of saying, oh, well, the only way that this would get finished is if they let us come back and do this. That's a Zack Snyder thing, and I guarantee you that is That was the only time that'll probably ever happen from here on out. Probably will never happen again. It was a perfect storm. They know of this footage. It starts to get some traction. Then the idea of HBO Max being a thing. It's a brand new streaming service. Oh my gosh, we can do this exclusive release of this, and it can be something that gets us a lot of subscribers, blah, 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 blah. It'll probably never happen again. So the director's trying to play that card of, oh, well, only if the fans wanted it and we could try to go back and finish it. It's the only thing that kind of made me go, I mean, I get it. You're a creative. You worked hard on this thing. You put blood, sweat, and tears into making this thing. And suddenly you're not able to finish it. That kind of sucks. I'm not saying it doesn't. But what I'm saying is that Warner Brothers saw this thing and was like, So, I don't know. Flash better be amazing if they leave Miller as the Flash. Well, they're definitely going to release this movie. Flashpoint's definitely happening. It's totally going to happen. So, Sony usually just embargo reviews to try to get people to watch it before realizing it's shite. Well, that's true too. But the thing is, the Zack Snyder thing that was a one-time thing. It's not happening again. In fact, Warner's moved on from Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder's got his own new thing happening over on Netflix. If you're a fan of Zack Snyder and his work, go support that. Warner Brothers ain't doing anything with Zack Snyder anymore. That's just a fact. And so, honestly, the fact that people keep bringing it up, it's getting irritating. And I'm not talking about you guys, but I'm talking about, if we just had this, I'm like, come on, man. Move on. It's over. You had your win. You got Justice League. You got something that people said it was insane to even think that it was going to happen. You got this thing. It's a win. Now, you got it. Now move on. Oh, well, only if they did that. Well, they're not doing that. Sorry. Now, Ben Affleck may be able to coax Ben Affleck into doing some more stuff. Because supposedly he's in Flashpoint as well. But other than that, I just don't think it's happening. You don't think the Ezra Miller thing will be a big deal by the time it comes out? That's definitely possible. So, yeah. I actually don't want the Snyderverse, I'm guessing is what that meant, to continue, especially as he told everyone what the story was going to be. I'm good with that. Yeah, look, for whatever reason, those people have just become they've become obsessed. And I'm just like, guys, there's better stuff out there, man. There's better stuff to get bent out of shape about. And like I said, if you're just a big Snyder fanboy, go support his stuff on Netflix. Anyway, let's move on. Finishing up the DC news, this happened. So Matt Reeves sets a multi-year first look film deal at Warner Brothers and re-ups with Warner Brothers Television. So even though I believe he was an executive producer on that Cape Crusader thing, he re-upped. So he's basically, from what this looks like, he's basically got the deal that Christopher Nolan had. So it's weird. You've got Clint Eastwood. You've got used to be Christopher Nolan. They used to be Warner Brothers guys, and that was it. And they could do whatever they wanted, pretty much. Matt Reeves has got that now. So this is a big deal for Matt Reeves fans. This is a big deal for Matt Reeves. It's kind of exciting. That means, yeah, we're getting the next Batman movie. Yes, we're getting the Penguin series on HBO Max, which when I heard they were going to do it before I saw the movie, I'm like, that's going to be crap. But I enjoyed Colin Farrell as the Penguin so much. I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah, there you go. Affleck is in Aquaman 2 now instead of Keaton as Batman. Has that been actually confirmed by anyone other than Jason Momoa? Because all we saw was a nameplate and them together. I'm just asking. Because I don't know. I don't know for sure. I actually liked Ben Affleck quite a bit. In fact, when I heard that he was going to be Batman, I was actually really excited for him because I've always been a fan of Ben Affleck. Ever since Dazed and Confused. That's probably the first movie I saw him in. And then that was what, 95? And let's see. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if I saw Mallrats first or Dazed and Confused first. But those both came out in 95. Did I say 2005? 95. And I liked both of those movies. So I was always a fan of Affleck and wanted to see him do well. I think he was fine. The Joss Whedon Justice League didn't do him any favors. I actually liked him a lot better as Batman in the Zack Snyder version. The problem is, Midnight's Edge seemed to think it was real. Well, are you talking about, that's the website, right? Midnight's Edge? If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. I have never ran with a story or with a sounds like a prawn site. I don't know. Oh, Ben Affleck donated 10,000 pounds to the Friday Fiver raffle 1 week, which was the week's per diem. A makeup girl won it, bitch. I just always liked him. Midnight's Edge is another YouTube channel. See, I want to say that Midnight's Edge, I can't remember. There was something about them. Like they got in trouble or something. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I've just looking at the site. I don't know if I've ever. I could be completely wrong, or I could be confusing it with someone else. But I thought Midnight's Edge was kind of. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm trying to remember what the site was. Calum. Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched Midnight's Edge. Now that I look at it, I could be wrong though. Or maybe it's because a lot of people were just going on about. It could be because they were going on about Kathleen Kennedy or something. They were kind of part of Gamersgate, but not really. Look, the thing is, I know there's a lot of people that have some Kathleen Kennedy hate out there, but I just got tired of seeing it, and I started blocking channels that talked about Kathleen Kennedy. So that might be one of those that I blocked if he was talking about it. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been too long. I don't know. I wanted to bring this up because I've been a big. Anyone see The Way Back by Affleck? Really liked his performance in that. He was great in that. Great performance in that. Not the best. It's one of those movies where it's like, you've seen this movie before. You know how this is going to go. You know what I mean? But his performance was fantastic. I watched it. Argo was insanely good too. Argo was insanely good. What do you mean? I love Kathy Kennedy. No, I can't remember the site that I blocked. There was one site in particular that kept coming up in my feed. in my YouTube feed. This was before I had a channel. Just going on and on about how Kathy Kennedy isn't, this and that. And I'm like, okay, you put videos up about how Kathleen Kennedy is this and that and blah, blah, blah. I'm done. I don't want to hear it. So I started blocking people. It was just like, you're just putting out hate. You have no basis. And you don't seem to remember that all the amazing movies she's produced over the years. What went wrong with Star Wars, in my opinion, it's not Kathy Kennedy's fault. She has a hand in it. Maybe. But if you see what happened, if you look at the big scope, I don't want to go into it. I've gone through it so much. But Star Wars went through a change. I don't think it was Kathy Kennedy's doing. Just my opinion. Doomcock. I've never heard of. There were a lot of those usually complaining about an individual makes people just as bad as the people they want to hate. A little bit. She gave us Mandalorian. That's a pass right there. Well, she also gave us Raiders of the Lost Ark. E.T. Well, pretty much name your Steven Spielberg favorites from the 80s. She had a hand in a bunch of those. A ton of movies. But anyway. E.T. is canon in Star Wars. That's true. But I wanted to bring this up. The Sandman is the #1 show on Netflix, but that may not be enough to get a season 2, Neil Gaiman says. Now, I wanted to go over this because I love The Sandman. And it's very simple. When a show gets canceled on a streaming service, it's not because of the number of people watching it. It's because it brings no new subscribers. And that's why the streaming services are a bit dangerous when it comes to really big creative things. Now, Amazon has done a different thing. Amazon has always kind of, the beat of their own drum and all that kind of stuff. HBO is also the same way. Netflix, like if they're not looking at hours watched and all that kind of stuff, they're looking at how many new subscribers did this thing get. Mindhunter. But see, Mindhunter has more to do. Doesn't that have more to do with Fincher saying that it was going to be too expensive and they didn't want to do it? I don't know. But this is what he says. He goes, because Sandman is a really expensive show. Gaiman tweeted, responding to a commenter asking why season 2 is even a question. Gaiman continued, and for Netflix to release the money to let us make another season, we have to perform incredibly well. So yes, we've been the top show in the world for the last 2 weeks. That still may not be enough. Now, one of the things that he did say was that, look, it's in our clause. It's in our contract. If Netflix doesn't want to go with it, we can shop it around. I hope that's not the case. I hope that Netflix sees the value in The Sandman and continues on. I really, really like what they did. I love the fact, the fact that they released this extra episode was just like, what? That the first 15, 16 minutes of it was animated? I'm like, dude, this is amazing stuff. I've never seen this before. I've never seen a show do that. Now, there's been some stuff where they do stuff online, little things, but I love that about The Sandman. That we got a bonus episode. Awesome. But then there you go. I just resubbed to Netflix, but it was for Dark Crystal and some anime. I might watch Sandman eventually, though. And you definitely need to watch Arcane. Arcane is, oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good that I was boom. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that Arcane was as good as it was. But The Sandman, to me, is by far probably the most faithful adaptation. I said it in my review. It's probably the best adaptation I've ever seen. Arcane, huh? Yeah. Arcane is amazing. And I had no attachment to League of Legends. I didn't even know what it was. But that show is awesome. Some of the I mean, absolute best animation with the CG that you'll ever see. It's so freaking good. And the story is badass. So yeah. Does it matter that I don't care for the source material with Arcane? No, it doesn't. The show is badass. It's really good. It's really good. League of Legends is actually pretty fun. It's free. You should try it sometime. And yeah, it has no idea. I had no clue what League of Legends was. I just was like, okay, people keep talking about Arcane. And then that video, I knew nothing about legal engines, but I dug the heck out of Arcane. I'm guessing the speech to that's pretty funny. Legal engines. I like legal engines. But yeah. Arcane is badass. It's a really, really good show. But man, I'm telling you, to me, The Sandman, and again, The Sandman's not for everybody, but the most faithful adaptation of something like a comic I've ever seen. Ever. But you probably wouldn't like the comics either if you didn't like it. So that's the thing. But finally, that's right, finally. Did I finish what I was going to say about The Sandman? Oh, yeah. That's the weird thing. Netflix doesn't give a crap about watch time. Don't give text-to-speech the credit for my awesome wordplay. Yeah, the legal ones have number plates. I love my legal legends. But yeah, dude. Just give the first episode a shot. If you're not sucked in immediately, turn it off. But you probably get sucked in because I was like, oh, man, this is okay. Wow. You ever watch a motion comic? If not, Red Sonja Plague is a great intro to them. No, I don't think I have. I think I tried to watch a Watchmen one because I wanted to see what it was like, and I was like, nah, this isn't. It's not for me. Maybe. But I wanted to bring this up for those people who are into the games. You guys like games? I saw this news and thought, yeah, I probably should talk about this. The highly anticipated Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake has been moved from Texas-based Aspire Media to a Saber Interactive studio in Eastern Europe. Parent company Embracer hinted at the transition last week. Bloomberg Nerds. Anybody like to watch the Nerds? Bloomberg News can confirm it today. Now, you might be wondering, Rob, why didn't you bring up the article? Because I have blocked everything Bloomberg that I can. Michael Bloomberg is a douchebag. Okay? But yeah. Yeah. You still need to watch the first episode of From. No trailer watching. I know. I haven't watched that yet. And yes, Knights of the Old Republic has been in development for years. But yeah. I'll just say this really quickly about Bloomberg, okay? Mike Bloomberg gave money to a group in the Philippines to ban vaping. $100 and something million. And yeah, they're like bad. Like it's bad. Yeah, they don't talk about that on Bloomberg News, but yeah, he's been linked to a dictator in the Philippines. And has also gave $160 million to different groups in the United States to try to ban vaping, even though there's absolutely no proof that vaping does any damage. In fact, there's ample evidence that vaping is 95% better for you than smoking. Anyway, this isn't a vaping show. But Knights of the Old Republic. Look, I haven't played it. And the reason I haven't played it is because I'm usually not into these kinds of games, but everybody kept telling me, oh, yeah, you got to play Knights of the Old Republic. Then when I heard there was a remake coming, I'm like, all right, I'll just play the remake when it comes out. So I'm waiting for this. I want to play it, but I haven't. So, yeah, I don't know if I should go ahead and play it or not. Should I just go ahead and play it? I don't know. Darth Malak is still your favorite Sith Lord. Got the first Knights of the Old Republic on your phone. Don't care about this anymore, just like Half-Life 3. Remember when they made games, not admin Steam? I mean, that's a thing, for sure. But, is this even the... I just realized something. Yeah, let's do that. That's definitely my face. No, I'm pretty sure this is the one. Okay. The remake probably won't do the story justice anyway. Okay. Took me a few minutes to realize you were saying vaping. As you mentioned Philippines, I thought you said Beibing. And I thought, oh shit, what did he do to Beibing? It's late and I'm tired. Leon, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And look, I don't know if that's a way for you to say, hey, I'm leaving. But man, thank you for this box of amazing goodies that I will take lots of time to make it through. Otherwise, I might die. But I wanted to bring this up just because I thought it was an interesting topic. And since we have just a tad of time, I'm kind of, maybe this is one of those think about things, right? Do you guys watch Happy Console Gamer? Good old Johnny Millennium. Do you watch this guy? 410 in the UK. I mean, guys, you guys are up late. But do you watch Happy Console Gamer? I haven't met Johnny Millennium yet. But he's also one of the ones that I used to watch from time to time with Wood. So like before I got involved with the Game Chasers again, with Billy and Jay doing the movie and all that kind of stuff, I watched Johnny Millennium and Beat 'em Ups. Those two guys, he's very happy. He's a very positive guy. I like him. But anyway, those two guys, I watched them a lot. So again, it was a shock when Johnny Millennium showed up in my stream on Twitch and followed me. I was like, I mean, he was only there during one stream, and that was with Game Dave, because apparently he and Game Dave are friends. But look, I think this guy's awesome. And this topic, this was from not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before. He does typically one video a week, kind of like Game Sack. And so it was, I think it was either Saturday morning or Saturday night or Sunday morning. He posted this video about his ideal game. Like if a studio came to you and said, what is the game that you want to play? You know, tell me exactly what you want from this game. And it could be anything. No budget, right? It's literally, what game would you want for the rest, you know, like what's your ultimate game? And I thought, man, what a cool topic. So I just wanted to talk, see what you guys thought. Like for me, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you mine. Imagine Breath of the Wild with better, like, get rid of some of the sloppy controls, get rid of the bugs, and just keep it going. Like, that's why I kind of want to play Genshin. I don't know how to say it. Is it Genshin Impact? Because it kind of looks like Breath of the Wild, but it just keeps on going. Even though it's like a live service game and it just keeps on going. I don't care. It looks awesome. I just never played it. But anyway, that's basically my ideal game, is a Breath of the Wild that just keeps on going. Yeah. But like I said, the idea that that guy even touched my stream was pretty awesome. And yeah, I think he does great videos. But like I said, this is it. Mine would be Grand Theft Auto Earth. See, that right there is the kind of thing that I'm thinking about. Is like you take your game. I actually saw the Dead Islands 2 trailer when it started. I thought it was the next Grand Theft Auto. But then it was Dead Islands 2, and I mean a lot of people like Dead Islands, but I was kind of like, oh, Dead Islands 2. Zombies. I'm kind of done with zombies, you know what I mean? I don't know. You watch his Final Fantasy Online videos where he went over his history with it. Oh yeah. I don't know. There's something about him. I don't care what the video is. I just like him. And that's, in a weird way, that's kind of how I feel about most of the people that I watch now. Like, if I like you and I subscribe to you, I watch whatever you put out. That's just what happens. Oh, you're talking like GameSack, for example. GameSack, I just like the guy. So I just watch it. I unsubscribed from Angry Joe. I realized I don't watch his stuff anymore. Yeah, I don't like his attitude. I mean, look, everybody's different, but there's so much negativity that I just don't like that. I like to see or to have that positive spin on things, you know, that positive outlook. I guess it's just because I've been through the crap, you know. I've had enough drama, and I don't like drama, man. I just don't. I don't like it when people go nuts about stuff that's like, what? But yeah, mine would definitely be, so your Bucho's would be Grand Theft Auto Earth. Imagine Final Fantasy 7, but with cloud. You know what? Never mind. I'll keep that fantasy yourself. Yeah, probably. Who's Tob? I thought that too, Tob? Or is that Rob? Anyone play any of the Earth Defense Force games? Basically Starship Troopers in a video game. No. Yeah. The Tifa thing with Final Fantasy 7, maybe. I watch for the personality, not the topic. See, that's just how I feel. Never cared for Angry Joe, always angry. Yeah. Rob hates hate. It's not that, look, some people can make it fun, but for the most part, it's just, I don't like negativity. You know, when people are, it's kind of like, somebody said something to me about another person, that one of my friends, and they said, man, I don't understand how you can hang out with that guy. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, he's so negative all the time. He said, watch, next time, it was like the next thing he says is going to be something negative. And wouldn't you know it, it was. And I started really paying attention. And I started realizing, God, man, he's negative like all the time. Like all the time. And what I realized is that negativity was rubbing off on me. And I started thinking about it. And sometimes I would get angry without even realizing that I was angry. Or not even realizing how I was becoming angry. You know what I mean? And I was just like, wow. I feel like that's actually doing damage to me and the people around me. And I started thinking about it and trying to see things from a different perspective. And it just made me realize how much I was being negative. I don't know. And it took somebody talking about someone else, someone that I liked being around, to make me realize how negative I was being. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. A Dark Crystal open world game like Breath of the Wild. Return to Monkey Island is on my watch list, out next month. Yeah, see, maybe I've never played those. Final Fantasy Tactics with modern graphics, great actors. Yeah, see, in the tactics games, see, that's always been something that I've never been into either. It's like there was some game that they announced today at Gamescom that I was like, oh man, that looks pretty cool. And then immediately there was tactic stuff, and I was like, oh man, okay. I just don't like those kinds of games. Another thing we have in common, I've had my fill on conflict in my life and negativity. People like that trigger my anxiety. Yeah, to me, I'm one of those, you know, like negativity typically just bounces right off of me. And it's just because I've been through some crap, man. You know, when you almost die, your whole view on life changes, and you realize that, wow, the things that I used to really get upset about, not worth it. Not worth the anxiety, not worth the trouble, you know? Just don't care. So now when I feel that negativity, I either try to figure out what it is that's causing the negativity. Usually it intrigues me now, but it doesn't infect me. Does that make sense? Which is why I almost had a guy try to cut off my head in Philadelphia. Because I was more curious than I was scared. What can I say? It was weird. It was very weird. Yeah. Homeless guy threatened to cut my head off. And I stopped to listen because I was intrigued. It's like, what brings a person to want to do that? My wife is like, we got to get out of here. It's a weird story. Anyway. I played Sleeping Dogs, got on the PS4. Oh shit, am I too negative? Panic attack ensues. Well, it's just one of those things where I always feel like I'm my own biggest critic, if that makes sense. So if I'm being negative about something, especially like with a review, I like to try to focus on the good things. Now, I will still tell you what didn't work for me. But I won't say, oh, I try not to say this person sucks. Like, for example, I don't like Transformers, okay? Bucho knows, I think, is he still here? Bucho knows I don't like those Transformers movies, but he really likes the first one. But I can't stand it. I just think it's terrible. But you know what? There are good things in that movie. Michael Bay has made some good movies, even though most of them don't work for me. See, I tend to not say this movie sucks now. I'll say that movie doesn't work for me. It might mean the same thing to you, but to me it's a big difference because I'm not blasting everybody that worked on that movie. I'm just saying that movie's not for me. Don't like it. You know? And I don't hate monkeys. Everybody hating on a show makes me start hating it. Yeah, there's a lot of things. And see, that's the thing. Even some of your favorite movies, right? Doesn't matter what it is. They probably have things wrong. Like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. Why did the stormtrooper hit his helmet in A New Hope? I mean, didn't they catch that when it happened? Why did they leave that in the movie? I think it's funny. They screwed up. It's funny. And they made it into a thing, you know, but that's like when everybody was saying, yeah, there's no more news. Sorry, Phil. Yeah, Loco. Almost, he basically threatened me. A full open world, open universe Dragon Ball Z super game? Yeah. See, I was never into, TMNT by Michael Bay does suck. It was a teenage. I don't even really like the first Bayformers. It's a 7 out of 10 at best. What I really like is how much you hate the first one. Yeah. He produced it. Yeah. Wait a minute. Is that a CG one? Because there was one of those where I thought it was like pretty good. I'm the same because I don't assume everyone thinks or feels like me, and nor do I think my views are so special that people should agree. Yeah, and that's the thing. I just try to get in people's heads. Like when someone says, and I don't want to talk, look, God. I don't want to talk about The Last Jedi, but when someone says they hate it, I tend to try to figure out why. Because, and then I try to figure out where that disconnect point for them was. You know? Because that's interesting to me. Because it's kind of like, it's almost like when you're learning to do something. Usually failing helps you to realize what you can do moving forward so you don't make that same mistake. So like for that example, The Dark Knight Rises. Hated it the first time, loved it the second time. And what changed is I took my expectations out of it and tried to enjoy it for the movie that Christopher Nolan was trying to make instead of the movie that I thought it should be. Because those are two totally separate things. So that's what I try to do. I don't even know what my point was. Yeah. The part where I disconnected was when Mikey said his shell was getting tight when he saw Megan Fox. Megan Fox is in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie? I don't even know. I didn't even know that. But guys, it is almost 10:30, and no telling what time it is over there in the UK. But it is time. It is time to cut it off. My throat is getting parched. It's time. You were just thinking those directors of Batgirl went into the secure service space they had for the footage. I wonder if they were planning to leak it online. Sounds like it. Sounds like sounds like they were trying to do that or leak something. Just do another 3 hours. Butcher, I'm sorry. I actually really liked the second one, but wasn't a great fan of the way they did the Technodrome. That was a bit weird. See, I guess I never saw the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. The CG one, right? All CG? I don't remember. God, it's been too long. Is that what you're talking about? Let's go and raid Jay's stream? Yeah, you guys should go over there. There is no raid here, right? I didn't know Jay was on. But yeah. It's only, 3:26 in the afternoon for you? Well, it's 10:30 here, and my throat hurts. What put me off was Rocksteady literally looking in his pants to check his junk out. I mean, it really didn't need that in a kid's movie. Jay's always on. Well, he's been getting up early a lot lately. So that's why he hadn't streamed. There's been times when he hadn't streamed. That's why. But look, you guys have a great night. If you guys want, here. I can do this. Biggity bam. Nope. Biggity bam. There you go. Thank you, Nightbot. You can go over to Jay's channel and hang out with him if you want. I am going to go pee. And then I'm probably going to just do nothing. Like I don't even want to watch TV right now. I've watched so much I watched a few hours of a tournament of super people. I don't know how many people here are into the what do you call it? The FPS games. But I do love my tournaments. Those are fun. And I watched hours of super people. And I'm kind of done. I don't know. I didn't know Michael Bay did a TMNT movie. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Enjoy the week. We got another She-Hulk coming up, which I still haven't seen the first one. And yeah, another House of the Dragon on Sunday. And then I think just a few days later, Rings of Power. So you guys have a great one. And yeah, we'll see you later and stuff. Bye.